Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly historian today, because today we're going to be returning to I don't know if I call this a channel favorite, but it's certainly a game we've always enjoyed when we played it. And that is Andrews McNeil Publishing's Flames of Freedom, a occult Gothic, what do we call it? American Gothic Horror revolutionary conspiracy game set in the time of the American Revolution. This is, I'm also, for today's session, I am going to be drawing material from the Two Lodges, a campaign that was written by Sean Van Dam and Irene Bloodrose. So thank you to those folks for a really cool campaign that was published for this through DriveThru. And with me today are quartet of rebels ready to take up arms in the occult struggle for freedom. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got David.
Hi everyone, I'm David. I'm playing Abner Templeton, a scholar and student of the arcane.
Very nice. Next up is George, who might be muted.
Yes, I am muted.
Tamo.
I was thirsty.
Hello?
Yep. See. I'm playing. Hey everybody, I am George. I'm playing Abuxagun, who is a member of the Massachusetts tribe, and he is a survivalist and a hunter.
Nice. Next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, I'm Ingolf. I'm returning to playing Patience McFadden, who is a Scottish privateer and somehow got involved in this rebellion business here.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Darren.
Hello there, I'm playing Maurice, is it Fortier?
Fortier.
Fortier. Oh, I always pronounce that wrong. He's a frontier tracker by nature.
You're really playing into the stereotype of being the English guy who doesn't pronounce French stuff right.
Yeah. I won't say any more about that.
There is a phonetic pronunciation for it, if that helps. Okay, then for those listening at home, this is this is our third player pick game for the year. At the end of last year, I asked players to each vote on, do ranked choice voting, pick 4 games that you want to play in the next year, and this is one of the ones that came to the top. So it was a really pleasant surprise. I was surprised to see this one come, only because we haven't really played it all that much. So either it really stuck with some folks, or some people wanted to play it quite badly and we didn't get a chance to get it to the table. So our game, I will say, I've warned the players as well. I am Canadian. We do not learn very much about the American Revolution, and I've tried to educate myself to a degree on this, so at least I have some better understanding. But my apologies to any Americans or any historical fans of this. I'm going to likely get some things wrong, so I do apologize for that. Just remember, this isn't supposed to be our world. It is the occult and horror-filled world of Flames of Freedom. That's my excuse for my ignorance. So, guys, our scene opens with a rain-filled street. And what we would see in a hacky version of our session, probably something that stars Bruce Campbell and likely was produced in the late 90s. There's like a handwritten thing that goes across the screen scrawling Williamsburg, Virginia. And while I do not have it on the screen, because I could not find one that has a appropriate weather sensibilities, you guys are heading to the Rally Tavern. And that is what the Rally Tavern looks like. Abner, you know why you are going there. You have a coin that you are to use to identify yourself to a fellow rebel. Let's get some dice rolling right away, and let's see what you guys have heard thus far about circumstances in Virginia at this time. So why don't, let's see here. Rumor. Why doesn't everyone give us a rumor check, please? And difficulty will be, where's the difficulty ranges? Oh, here we go. Let's make it routine, please. Okay. Okay. So one mechanic I'll remind you guys of is the flip to fail, flip to succeed. A lot of your talents and such, and we also have our criticals. So doubles indicate a critical one way or the other. If you have a flip to fail or a flip to succeed, you can flip the dice, either in your favor on a succeed or to be worse on a fail. I don't know if any of you guys have any talents that relate to the rumor skill, but in the event that you have it with other skills, just remember that's how that works. So patience. A couple things you've heard thus far. I'm going to show you guys roughly where we are. So this is the colony of Virginia. And you guys are right here in Williamsburg. And so you can appreciate, I spent, George, a not inconsiderable amount of time trying to figure out if Williamsburg is on a river or not. It turns out it is not.
It is not.
Jamestown.
Actually, that is one place I've been to.
Okay, yeah. So Jamestown is a little further south and not far away. But yeah, I was like, what picture can I use? Because there's some great illustrations I wanted to use, but they all have tall ship masts in the background. And I'm like, that would take some explanation.
Yeah.
Williamsburg is where you are. And Patience, what you have heard through your contacts is that this is after the siege of Boston, and the Redcoats and the British forces, or the Crown's forces, have been moving pretty aggressively. And one of the agents of the Crown has taken up residence in Richmond, and they are searching for rebels and for spies in and around the area. So Williamsburg is quite some distance from Richmond still, but you know that there is a very significant presence that is there. So Williamsburg, being an open rebel, is probably not a wise course of action. Another thing that you guys, because I don't know if anyone here is from Williamsburg, any of the characters are from Williamsburg, but one thing you would note about Williamsburg as opposed to others, it's easy to think, I think, of some of these places as being like, well, they're all relatively new, right? But a lot of these colonies are getting up to 100 years old. At the time of our session, Williamsburg is one of the brand new built places. It was built around the William and James, or William and something college. William and Mary College, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
William and Mary, yeah.
So Williamsburg, in contrast to other places that would have that kind of lived-in look to it, this place has a much newer feel to the colony too. So it almost has that, boomtown kind of look to it. But you've come here from elsewhere because Abner, you are meeting with. Well, Abner, what is your reason for being here? Yeah, I'll leave it to you.
Well, Abner was in town to meet up with his comrade and friend Peyton, but unfortunately he's had some bad news about Peyton, so he is now here to honor our friendship and then find out more about what's going on and possible reasons for why his friend died, and to see what's happening here. So he'll be heading towards the tavern at great speed, holding the coin in a pocket in one hand, sort of with determination as he braces himself against the rain.
So you have everyone else is sort of coordinating with you on this. So where would you like Abuxagun, Patience, and Maurice to be? Or what have you discussed with them? What to expect here? This is not a place that's, notwithstanding the picture, you take it for the atmosphere, less for the amount of British troops. There is rain coming down here, but there isn't a ton of redcoats, waiting to snag people from the streets yet.
So I think he'll
you
be...
would. I think, David, just to give you some insights into books again, so that can affect your decision a slight bit. He prefers the frontier and the forest, so he doesn't love to be in quote unquote civilized areas as the colonials call it. But obviously, he will do what needs to be done.
Yeah, I think Abner would probably feel a little bit bad given the weather, but he'll probably have asked if maybe Abuxagun and maybe Maurice would sort of lurk outside and keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
In the streets outside, and then him and Patience would go in, but separately. So Patience can sort of lurk in the background in case she's needed.
I never would say no to a tavern brawl. So.
I know.
I prefer the weather outside to the weather inside.
Okay. Then, excuse me. What? And I have assumed that no one's spending coins to re-roll their rolls. So,
yep.
This is not going to be a perfect match for the tavern, but it was this or a bunch of European tourists in the Rally Tavern. So instead, we're going to have a bunch of European players arriving at the tavern. So you go in, and the place is the main room is large with windows looking out into the street, though of course it's black outside because of the falling rain and the time of day. Over the hearth is written the Latin phrase Hilariatus sapiente et boni vitae proles. Jollity is the offspring of wisdom and good living. And if you were wondering, Ingolf, whether there's anything worse than my German pronunciation, it is my Latin pronunciation. So,
yeah. But I recognize it was Latin, so everything is fine.
Good. The main room is full of people. There is the smell of beer, body odor, fresh bread, tobacco, and warm food that fills this place. You also have second sight, I believe, right? As one of your talents?
I do, yes.
Would you care to consider that? The Freemasons, one of the things to give context for your role in this is, Abner, you are allied with the Rebel, the Boston Lodge of the Freemasons, who are currently at odds with the Loyalist Freemasons. So one of the things that is an interesting part of the game is that there's more than, bless you, there's more than just the, political struggles of the colonists versus the crown. There's also this occultic contest, not only between the Loyalist Freemasons, the Colonial Freemasons, but also other secret societies that have inserted themselves to advantage themselves by hurting one other side and ally with another side, in the same way that, like, say, the French or the Spanish supported, America during the colonists. So if you do wish to make use of that, I believe it is awareness, isn't it, for using second sight?
Scrutinize.
Scrutinize. Oh, right. Okay. So go ahead and give us a scrutinize check at routine, please. Nice. Boy, it's a big roll. What you can detect, I guess first off, what does it look like as Abner uses his second sight? Do we see anything Does he make use of any kind of, Masonic aligned objects?
Yeah, I think as he steps in and lets his eyes adjust, he sort of pulls the hood back and takes out these little glasses that he puts on, and as he puts them on, he just briefly sort of waves his hand in front of them, and to the observer, they would briefly shimmer. It is just a reflection of the fire in the fireplace, of course.
Of course.
Nothing to see here.
Someone jumps up. A witch! No.
Not again. Patience, you're up.
What you sense is the lingering presence of old magic, as if the building had spent years under magical surveillance. Only shadowy traces of that magic remains. And what you would know, Patience, is that this particular tavern, the Raleigh Tavern, has been the meeting place for the Virginia legislature every time it was dissolved by the royal governor. So this has been a meeting place for rebels.
Yeah, this happened quite often.
Often enough for everyone to be like, same place, same place, same place. So, you don't know. I think the individual you're meeting, because it was Peyton Randolph was the person you were meeting before. All you know is that the coin, by displaying that coin somehow, that's how you're going to know who your contact is. What do you do?
I think I'll see if there is a free table with a good view of sort of the entrance and so any other sort of like stairs leading up or doors back in like kitchen area, so like a good vantage point.
Yeah.
I'll sit down and order a drink.
Okay. So you do so. Patience, where are you going?
I think I would stay a little bit back. Maybe I don't know. There's some table a little bit back to where I could sit or so.
Yeah,
if possible.
Why don't you give us a stealth check at easy, please?
Mm-hmm. Stealth. This is
under agility.
Yes, I found it. So easy is I can only the modifier, or I must change something in the sheet. Maybe I don't know.
Does it not prompt for?
Yeah, when you click on the scale, it should prompt you for a drop down.
No, it just the number input value. I guess I have to change the sheet somehow.
You know what? Yours might be set to also prompt for it. Because I think there's
I can.
Yeah,
there's both. So.
Hold on, let me see here. Your settings. Yeah, query. So here we go. Query difficulty.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. It was turned off on your sheet. So maybe everyone go into your sheet, click on settings at the top right, and make sure that query difficulty is tagged and query other modifiers is tagged. Does that work for you now, Patience?
Yes.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
easy, you said.
Okay. Yes, please. Nice. Yeah, so you easily position yourself. That's some real pro game mastering right there, is you use the difficulty as the way of describing what you've done. So you challengingly position yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're looking for, Abner. Who is it you think you might be meeting with?
But I think based on the name I was given by Peyton, I think you mentioned it, Edmund Randolph. Mm-hmm. So in Abner's mind, it's probably a blood relation. I don't know. David doesn't know how common the surname Randolph was at the time. So Abner's going to assume it might be like a brother or an uncle. So he'll be looking out for someone with vague familiarity to what Peyton looked like.
You got it. That makes sense. Why don't you give us a scrutinize with... it'll be flip to succeed at, I think, let's make it easy, because you position yourself quite well here. Look at that. Boy, if this was Blackbirds, that would be a extraordinary
success.
Yeah. Okay. So you clock him as soon as he walks in the door, because he very much looks like his uncle. And as he walks in, you know, he takes his tricorn hat, because I assume everybody has a tricorn hat at that time. And, you know, the water kind of goes off of it. He takes his coat off, and he's looking around in the tavern. Do you wish to make yourself known to him, or are you just waiting for him to spot you? Or do you flourish your coin in some way?
I think if he looks around, yes, I'll put the coin out of my pouch and sort of, not flourish it, but just sort of put it on the table, and it's sort of quite obvious from his vantage point.
Yeah, if he looks over, he makes eye contact with you. He seems to be surveying the tavern as well. He makes eye contact with you, looks down on the table to where your, you know, 2 fingers are on the placed coin. He nods and makes his way over, and he produces an identical coin from within his coat and says, "You're Peyton's friend."
I am indeed. My condolences.
I appreciate that. He gestures to the seat. My time.
Please. Of course.
Good.
If I can, I'll just sort of, if I know where Patience is, I'll just sort of give a slight nod in her direction to indicate that it's the right person.
Okay. I understand that you were friends with my uncle, or acquaintances at least. Friendly?
I'd like to think we were friends, yes.
And I understand that you've done some work in connection with Henry Jones in Boston. And that's referring to some stuff that you most certainly have done, and you most certainly do not want the Crown to know about.
Let's say those names are familiar, yes.
Well, my name is Edmund Randolph, like my uncle. You are Abner Templeton.
Yes.
My uncle wrote of you, and he said that you were, kind of looks around, devoted to the cause as well.
Very much so.
He also indicated that you were indoctrinated into the mysteries. And you can see he's playing with a ring on his finger that as he turns it over, you can see the Masonic symbol.
I assume I have a similar ring.
Yep.
And so we'll show him. And yes, we your uncle and I have shared many an interest and many a debate over various topics.
Then you are aware that there are more facets to our struggle than is widely known.
Aye.
I was pleased to get your correspondence, to receive your correspondence, because there is, as I'm certain you've heard, a particular struggle that is occurring in Virginia, as there is in all of the colonies. But here, there is a British agent, tutored and highly ranked within the English order. And you know he's referring to effectively the Masons loyal to the crown. There is trying to get the name right here. There is an agent who is said to have been tutored and selected by Southwell himself, sent here. And you would know Southwell is sort of a legend among the Freemasons, particularly those in the colonies. And I mean, I don't mean legend in the sense of like the common vernacular of like, wow, he's such an all-star. I mean, like, people aren't quite sure this dude actually exists because it's said that he successfully created the Philosopher's Stone and cannot die. He is located in the chapter house for the Freemasons in London. This agent of his has been sent not only to the colonies, but to Richmond. To what end, I cannot say yet. But we have an agent, a team, truthfully, that was sent to determine who this agent was and what they are doing in Richmond. And he looks back and forth. I have received dire news that they were captured. I do not know the degree to which they have been compromised, but I understand that this agent has slain all but one of our agents. The sole surviving individual who only, through some unknown miracle, avoided their execution. Their code name is the Crow. Roughly 30 miles upstream along the James River, it lies the Berkeley Plantation. The owners are sympathetic to our cause, and it's from them that we received news that the Crow survived. But Southwell's agents are active in the area, and whatever Masonic agent sent, they are in pursuit as well. Whatever information the Crow has, we must secure. Knowing even the name of who we face in Richmond would be a great boon, and whether we are compromised. If you can reach the Berkeley Plantation, there may be someone there who can tell you where the Crow is hiding. You must understand, I cannot give you further information lest you be captured.
Of course. Unless Abner already knows, he would ask if there is a way for him to identify himself as a friendly person to the Crow. Like a cold sign, or like, will the coin do? Would it be some other sort of symbol?
The coin. Produce the coin, and the Crow will know. If you use my name, they will also know. And he kind of wryly smiles. They were also favored by my uncle. I should give warning as well, whether related to the coming of Southwell's agent or due to the deepening shadows of this time, there is something near the south bank of the James that stalks. The Berkeley Plantation is located on the north bank, 30 miles upstream. Are you familiar with the bateaus? And you could give us a, let's see here. I think navigation or education or folklore, any of those would be appropriate, Abner?
Education for Abner.
Yeah. Oh, remember, anything that's got a little asterisk next to it, if you're not trained in it, it's a flip to fail.
No. What level difficulty?
I think this one will be... You're a rebel, so let's make it routine. Just... It almost escapes you, and then you're like, wait. So the bateau is a specific type of boat developed in North America, or in the colonies, and only first deployed last year. They look like this. They are a terrific way of getting around rivers like this, because you can easily conceal yourself. They're not so heavy you can't get things off, and they can also easily mount cannons, small little cannons on a tripod.
I am familiar with the design. I must admit I've not been on one yet.
I have secured one at Jamestown for you. And he gives you the direction of like what wharf to go to find it concealed. Time is of the essence. If the Crow is captured, we might never know what agent was sent by Southwell and what they have learned. My uncle, I feel, would trust you with this, and so I will as well.
I'll not dishonor his memory. If there's nothing else, I have some people at the ready to join me on this endeavor.
When you return, send word to my offices. I have taken over, I have resumed the function of my uncle. You may reach me there. When I get word, I will meet you at the rally once again. Then, he toasts... George, this is something you might... What is a revolutionary toast? Like, what would they toast to? Is it to the revolution? To freedom?
To freedom, to independence.
To independence? Then, toast to independence.
Independence.
He finishes his drink, gets up. He doesn't make any indication that he's noticed that Patience is also watching. So. And then Edmund Randolph leaves. To Patience, you could easily slip over and join Abner at his table if you chose.
Yeah, maybe I can do. Yeah.
Okay. It would likely be wise to be discreet as to not all leave at once, right?
Yeah.
So, Patience sits down with you.
Patience, I know you've been on many a vessel. Have you steered a bateau before?
No.
I think you've heard of them before, but you've never operated one.
Yeah, so they have no sails, I hear. That's weird.
No, they're river going, very basic compared to what you're used to, but hopefully easy enough to maneuver.
If it's on the water, I will manage.
Well, if this rain keeps up, everything will be on the water soon, but we must make for Jamestown. And then on to the river.
Yeah. I wonder what you think the weather in my home in Scotland was like, but yeah.
So, Abner and Patience leave the Raleigh Tavern, and...
Does it look like anyone is paying undue attention to us?
Oh, good question. Why don't you give us a... let's see here. Okay, so contested roles work a little different in this, I believe. Fortunately, I do like how they always put the rules right at the front of these Zweihander games.
So you want to roll high? That is weird.
Right, it's just, yeah, because it's the success rating.
Like blackjack, yeah.
Yeah, 10's digit. So let's see here. Let's one of you make the... Well, you were asking about it, so why don't you roll scrutinize? It'll be flipped to succeed, because you're working with everybody else, and it'll be a what is it? A standard test, and I'll roll for definitely nobody watching over you. I'm using my Zweihander.
Yeah.
Nice. So after, if I was, or if there was someone hiding, they would need a critical in order to succeed. As far as you can tell, there is nobody. So, as the two of you leave, Abuxagun and Maurice, how do you guys meet up? Where have you been watching over the rally?
What do you think, Darren? Should we be sort of across the street or something?
I think we'd have probably been split up on various sort of corners within sight of the place. Maybe one that could see the back door, one that could see the front door, within eyesight of each other, but you know, a noticeable distance apart. So not necessarily.
I think I would be more likely to want to take the back door since I'd be more away from people.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of maybe go down that alleyway, and I'll sort of be standing at the corner there where I can see you.
Yeah, and I'd be up this corner on an opposite corner to the building. I can just about see.
Okay. So then you, Maurice, would see Abner and Patience leave the rally. You would, give a sign to Buxagun, and then the four of you would all meet up together. What happens then?
Yes. So yeah, I'll just give a slight nod of the head, hardly noticeable. Let them walk ahead just to make sure no one starts to follow them, and then slowly sort of catch them up. And I'd have given the sign, so I guess we'd all meet up, sort of a street.
Okay.
In the distance, up the road, and wait for, a report from Abner, I guess.
Abner, what do you say?
Well, I made contact with Peyton's nephew, it turns out. I thought son. Yeah, no, I would have known. That nephew, who's giving me some troubling news. There is a friend to the cause that needs rescuing. One of the only surviving agent in the field that might have valuable information about who we are up against. According to Edmund, they're holed up at a plantation about 30 miles up the river. And so time is of the essence to get to this. All I know is that they're referred to as the Crow. Before our new friends in Richmond find them. They might be able to tell us who our new friends in Richmond are and who we are dealing with. So the sooner we can get to, I believe it was called the Berkeley Plantation. Edmund arranged for a bateau in Jamestown to be given to us. Sadly, I don't think there'll be people steering it for us, so Abner will look at clearly his more outdoorsy companions. It'll be up to us too.
Maurice, do you speak French on your sheet? And maybe a Buxagun, do you speak French as well? Actually, I don't know if I actually put the languages down or not.
Yeah, I'm not checking the different tabs here.
Yeah, I can't see any languages.
Yeah, I could be.
Is it on a PDF somewhere?
Under the top here. No, I actually didn't put a PDF version of these characters together.
Okay.
If you expand languages, there we go. English, French, Massachusetts.
There.
Yeah,
there we go.
For the background. So, and I think Maurice, you speak French as well. So when he says that, the two of you look at one another like Abner, I mean, he's an educated man, so he may speak French as well. I actually don't remember if he does. But he doesn't lapse into French. So when he says bateau, he said, we've got a boat for you. It's unusual for him to be referencing that.
I'm very excited about the boat.
It's a new kind of design. It's only just been sort of trialed about a year ago or so, from what I've been told. And I'll briefly describe. Possibly when sort of going into way too much detail until someone just looks at him and goes, "Oh yes, well, that's how it works."
And Patience, you would know that it's actually, there are French designs that are very much like that have been used for low, lower bottomed, whatnot. So, yeah.
Great, more technology that never goes wrong. And I heft my musket.
So, what do you guys do?
Does it have a cannon on it, like you were saying?
No.
I doubt that the one we'll be giving will have a cannon.
Fair enough.
So what do you
Probably
guys
makes us
do?
less of a target.
Well, let's use this weather to travel. There won't be many eyes looking for us.
I agree with Maurice.
Then,
Okay.
Unless it's too rainy for you, Abner. I don't want you to get a cold.
I mean,
or anything.
ideally, yes, we'd be sitting in a nice salon having a pipe and discussing philosophy, but needs must. So we should have let the weather deter us.
Very good. How far away, Kevin, is the dock or wherever? we're picking up the
Jamestown
laptop?
is, I believe it's like less than a mile from
Okay.
Orson.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's
I don't think
close.
that's accurate at all. Hold up, let me see here. Jamestown. I did not get. I found a couple of good overhead shots of Jamestown,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh, it looks like it's something like less than 10 miles or something.
Yeah.
okay, so that'll 2.5 miles southwest of Williamsburg. So that's like half an hour walk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Jamestown is a much older place. I believe it was destroyed, and that's why they built Williamsburg. So, any concerns about making your way to Jamestown and collecting this bateau, or are you just making as fast a move as you can, and then going to get onto the river?
Yeah, I don't know. If time is of the essence, we should go onto the river. But I may I have heard rumors about the river being tricky to navigate or something like that?
So it is a good question. I have, like, not all rivers are created equal, so I made sure to get some photos of the James so you can get a sense of, for one, how big it is, and also how forested it is. These photos are contemporaneous with our time, obviously. So imagine, what the state of it is 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
the Virginia at this time would very quickly be forest and hills, very quickly outside of that. There's also obviously no natural lighting, no urban glare and whatnot, so it is pitch fucking black once you leave any kind of territory, in particular in overcast conditions like what you guys are finding yourself in. The James, for the stretch that you guys will be traveling, it does alternate between being quite wide and then relatively narrow, like a quarter of a mile narrow, up to being more than a mile wide.
Wow.
And it's full of these kinds of like undulating, what do you call it, shorelines as well, where at points they'll have been worn away, so they're very difficult to get up. And then interspersed throughout here on the north and south side are plantations as well. Plantations with massive, agricultural developments with a single centralized manor where most of the folks live or are held. And what you can sometimes do is, when you want to know when you're hitting a civilized point, is just keep an eye out for where there's lights. Because even in the darkness, they often keep some lights burning at the plantations. So you can look for lights from the river. And one way to be to count, another way just to navigate. Patience, you're going to be quite good at finding your way along the river for a certain length of time. The rain and the weather is definitely going to make it more difficult to spot, but it also means that you are likely going to have the benefit of being harder to find.
And I have one advantage that I can bring to the situation. It's not going to totally, solve our issues, but I have a trait that's been passed down to me through my people. It's a gift. It runs deep in my family. It's called Shadows Be Gone. So I treat total darkness as if it is perfect light.
Nice.
So I maybe should be the lookout.
Okay. Anyone else have any other advantages?
Yeah, Morris has got the same. Morris. They're both wilderness types.
Okay.
That's right.
So Patience can be in charge of navigating. And what about the shadow on the south bank, Abner?
Yeah, I think as Patience sort of mentions of rumors and things. Oh yes, there was one more thing Edmund mentioned. Now the good news is the plantation we want is in the north bank, because apparently there's something dark and dangerous stalking the south bank.
If you'd like, any of you guys can give us a folklore check. Folklore is not a advanced skill, or special skill, so no flip to fail. Anybody can try this.
Okay, so standard, I suppose.
Standard?
Yeah, this will be... yeah, let's make a standard. There's a lot of you rolling, so... Nice. Okay.
I'm sorry, so submit, yeah.
All right, it's high you want. Right. Okay. Patience, Abner, and Abuxigan all know that there are things that the local folks, the indigenous folks, would know of as basically monsters in the night. So, and whatever coming, the rising tension, the coming conflict, whatever this revolution represents, it also seems to be making those things are either stirring or feeling more bold. The folks indigenous to this land would know about these things and know how to take steps against them to avoid their territory, to, whatever. And the colonists who have come here, they very quickly learn, or they get preyed upon by them. No one really knocked it out of the park with the rolls, either 0 or 1 degree of success. So that's about all you've got to work on right now.
So, redcoats, monsters, complete darkness. Just another typical mission from Abner. My character sheet says I'm a sarcastic, just FYI. So, it's not me, George.
I think just to be prepared, we should have at least 1 extra pole, so you know how things turn out to be.
All right. Then let's do this, guys. There's not going to be any difficulty in getting yourself down to where the boat has been concealed. Edmund has good allies there. And it's precisely as he described. It is one of these unusual new designs for a riverboat with a little bit of cover in there. Sadly, no cannon. But if the number of troops that have been deployed around Richmond that you've heard about, Patience, are accurate, the cannon is unlikely to have turned the day. It would just give them a clear place of where to shoot. So we're going to make use of the overland travel rules for this, because I love these rules.
Kevin, you hate overland travel rules.
I really love the rules in Flames of Freedom for this in particular. So what this means is we're going to have to pick roles for everyone involved in this. There are 3 roles, and because we have 4 characters, one person can assist someone else, which will give an assist die, meaning you roll a d10 and you can use that one, or the person who you're assisting can use their 10s digit or your 10s digit that you rolled. The 3 roles are Trailblazer, who uses Folklore and Navigation, Quartermaster, who uses Heal and Survival, and the Scout, who uses Awareness or Stealth. Anyone particularly leaning towards any of those? Trailblazer is Folklore and Navigation. I'm on page 207 of the core book, by the way. Quartermaster is Heal or Survival, and the Scout is Awareness or Stealth.
I'm leaning toward Quartermaster because I'm pretty good at survival.
Yeah, I mean, I could support here. As I see, there is no the boat itself is not involved in the roles. So,
well, what about? Do you have navigation, Patience?
No, but I have piloting, which is running a boat.
Oh, yeah.
And
anyone have feeling strong about navigation or folklore?
I've got good navigation. Well, 48 plus 10. So I guess the apprentice plus 10 is not added. Yeah, so 58 that'd be.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm pretty decent at folklore. So I could be the trailblazer if you're better at awareness or stealth, Maurice.
I'm just
good
going to let
most
you guys,
of these.
sorry, I mentioned this beforehand. Anna's had an upset tummy the last 2 days, so she just went out. I want to make sure she doesn't need to go aside. So I'll be back. You guys go ahead.
We can coordinate in the meantime.
Yeah.
So
my folklore is 69.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh wow.
Whereas my stealth and my awareness are nowhere near that good.
Yeah, awareness I've got 58. So
yeah, so then you should do the awareness. And what was the last one? It was,
I can do survival, which is 53. I have a 53.
yeah, okay. So, and I can assist because I have none of the mentioned skills, only the one with the boat, which is not necessary at the
Okay.
moment.
Well, it might become necessary.
Yeah, we're going to do
Depending on
a
this-
chase
how this roll
with the
goes.
monster in the water, yeah.
You never know. This is a good opportunity to ask, how is Darren's character's name pronounced in the UK or in Europe? Because here in the States, I would say Maurice, because that's what we would say, but it would actually, more likely back this long ago here, it would have been whatever it was pronounced there.
So we had this fellow player called Mo, and
Morris.
Morris, yeah. You
Morris,
called-
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I would say Morris,
Okay,
and I'd say Fortier, but that's wrong as well. So
wrong. It's depends on whose perspective you're using.
Yeah.
Everybody here, everybody in this game, except for my character, is British. So
I bow to Dave because it's related to Dave's. So it's wrong.
that's true. That's true. All right, I will go with Morris then, just to keep it consistent.
Okay. Then have we decided on roles?
Yeah, we made all our rolls and we're good.
ROLES.
No, yeah, we figured it out. Yeah, exactly. We have figured it out.
Excellent.
So tell me if I get any of this wrong. Abner is doing folklore. As
Trailblazer,
the
Okay.
Trailblazer. Morris is doing. I'm doing the quartermaster, and Morris is doing the.
Yeah, I can do the stealth one. What was the stealth one called?
Scout. Okay.
Yeah, and I would say that I would assist Morris because that seems a good idea.
Okay, so you're assisting with Scout. All right.
Yeah.
So then, here's what we need to do. First, let's see here. We're not going to worry about provisions. roll that. Here we go. Rolls. All right, so first thing, Trailblazers up first as the beginning. We will... Let's see here. This is going to be... routine travel, so it's plus 10. However, the weather is bringing it down to standard. So, we are starting with our Trailblazer. Abner, would you give us a standard folklore check, please? Nice. Success means the terrain eases by 1 step positively for this stretch. So from you've made it from standard to routine. What do you think you know about, or you've done in this? Have you been down the James before quite a few times? Have you even perhaps been to the Berkshire, the Berkeley plantation?
I'm not sure if he'll have been to the plantation, but he'll be on this stretch. And so he'll remember, and he'll obviously remember having heard from others about which side to avoid and where it gets tricky, and maybe things to listen out or look out for that's going to go. When you hear this sound, you're closer to like a bit where there's more rapids or something, so he'll use his sort of encyclopedic knowledge, this good memory of these facts to steer us in the right direction.
Nice. Okay, then... what we need is an endure check from everybody. This is using the, I think endure, it's under body, isn't it? Or brawn?
There's toughness.
Toughness, yeah.
Is it toughness? Hold on, what do we use here? Oh, endure, hold on. It's one of 2 different things, I think. I think the endure checks use either... survival or...
Yeah, survival or toughness.
Survival or toughness, yeah. So you could choose either survival or toughness. You'll be making it at routine.
Routine, okay. Close. Ooh! Oh, no!
Patience.
Yeah, maybe I should use a coin.
Can't. Critical fails in...
oh, yeah, critical.
You can't use narrative meta currency on critical fails in Zweihander games. Okay.
Abner, however, will use a coin.
Go right ahead. Okay, I'm just checking one thing. Nice. Okay, so it's only patience. You got the crit fail. All right, so all of you, if you succeed, no peril. A critical fail is a pretty big peril check. I'm just going to double check here.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate Ingolf volunteering to keep things interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's just with this percentile dice system, I tend to use roll 99s and so on.
There's a reason that Ingolf sticks to Shadowrunning, because it's always D6s.
Yeah, no 99s. Yeah.
Well, you might have to roll 99 d6, right?
Yeah.
No. There's an upper limit. I don't remember the number, but there is. So.
Okay. Hold on. So I was double checking peril. I can't remember. I know chaos dice explode. I can't remember if peril dice do. I don't think they actually do. Do you guys remember offhand, one way or the other? Anna's trying to share, but I don't trust her rules judgment.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. Let's say they don't. I'll look on the mid-session break and see if I got it wrong. Because like 3d10 does seem like a lot to be. So 3d10, if it also explodes, is a lot. I think it's only chaos dice that specifically explode. Fury and chaos dice. Okay, here we go. Fury is a d6 that explodes. Chaos dice. Yeah, okay, so it's only those that explode. So let's see patience. Let's see if I might roll crap here. Let's see. 3d10 plus 3. This is to your peril threshold. 16 versus your peril threshold.
Oh, this should be under combat, maybe. Peril threshold. So 16. My peril threshold is 8.
8. Okay, so it's every 6, I think. So that should be right. 2 steps up, I think.
Yes.
So 2 down on the peril threshold.
Man.
I don't think that this is the weather per se. What do you think is going on here, Patience? Is it the knowledge of the that, you know, Abner had mentioned something is going on in the South Bank? You could potentially just feel something out there.
Yeah, and maybe I saw things while steering the boat and just saw something moving over there. It's makes me very, very weary about this whole thing here.
Yeah.
But at some point we have to come to shore, and they say it's only on the South Bank, but who knows?
I forgot. I was going to give you Abner. I don't know if it's on your sheet. You've got 2 doses of laudanum and 2 doses of smelling salts. I don't think... Let's see here. Ha! I can actually... I don't think I gave access to the compendium, but if you give me a sec, Abner, I can drop these onto your character sheet if you like.
Oh, this has a compendium for roll 20. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a compendium for Flames of Freedom and one for the Zweihander starter set.
Awesome.
So, yeah, there's also one for Zweihander too. The Zweihander one is not great. The one for... It's inconsistent. The one for Flames of Freedom is fucking awesome. Oh, okay. You already have one laudanum in there. So,
yeah, I have 1 smelling salt and 1 laudanum.
So count as 1 of each. Or 2 of each, sorry. All right. So maybe it's at one point you guys are making your way along and you look back and you can see that Patience, something has just... Her eyes keep going to the South Shore and like, it's blackness over there, right? Like there's rain going down, but at one point, and you can imagine if you're trying to stick to the middle of the river, that South Bank is undulating up and you know, back. So you may get points where like the lightning flashes overhead and you suddenly see you're almost right there. And that's maybe when Patience thinks she saw something. Do you say anything, Patience? Or do you keep, as you Scots say, stumm?
No, yeah, well, I think we are followed on the South Bank there. Something is tracking us.
Anyone do anything about that, or?
I mean, I'll look over that direction and see what I can see in the darkness.
Sure.
Right. The darkness that I can actually see through.
Yeah. Why don't you give us a scrutinize? I think that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're actively trying to look. Awareness is passive, I think.
Right.
And let's make it. Let's make it standard, I think, because it is, you can see through the darkness, but it is also pouring rain, and it's hitting a bunch of leaves and shit like that, so it would be very difficult to pick out motion, the kind of things that would normally catch your eye.
Makes sense. Look at that.
That's a big roll. There's no lights on the south, no lights that are moving. She might have something there. You can't see anything, but you can just kind of feel... You know when you're exposed and something is concealed, you can feel that sense of something watching, and that's very much how you feel out in the middle of this river.
I think I hold up my arm and say, hair standing up. Bad sign. I do have danger sense as it doesn't apply in this situation as a specific effect, but narratively, I think that's what he just gets a sense. He doesn't know what exactly it is, but
And maybe that's when it sits into Patience's gut like a cold pit that causes the peril. All right. Second.
I think what, Kevin, then going forward, if I can, I will, as we continue onward, I want to just see if, we see it again, like the idea that it might be tracking and following us.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. All right, so then we'll do our second and final check here. This will be for the scouts. So whoever, I think Morris is taking the lead on this. Patience, you're rolling a assistance die.
Mm-hmm.
Or a help die. I can't remember what they're called. Help die? Assist die?
Oh.
So you have a 0 to choose from. That's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I think you made up for that 99.
Morris, good. This will be a routine stealth or... what was the other skill we said? Stealth or awareness. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to go with awareness. Is 2 less, but stealth don't quite seem appropriate in this current situation,
Sure.
so I'm going to go with the awareness. Routine, you said, yeah?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Nice. And you can swap with that 0, but a 2 is actually a better result.
Yeah, I'll stick with it.
Nice.
27.
Okay, so with a success, the threat level, because of the amount of British that are out there, we would normally roll 3 chaos dice, but because of your scouting, we're reducing it down to 2 chaos dice. So,
awesome.
would you first, for this last little bit, and this has been hours, you guys have been going down here in this little boat, would everyone give us another routine endure check? So either, whatchamacallit?
Survival or toughness?
Survival or toughness, yeah, please.
And Kevin, just FYI, I didn't make a quartermaster check. If that
No, I know,
matters.
I'm skipping over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because it didn't quite make sense.
I'm going to spend a coin.
Okay. Oh, how many coins have been spent so far? Is it 1 or 2?
Just one.
Oh, and you guys are tracking. Oh, you guys are the best. Awesome. This historian
Here you
appreciates
go.
it.
Get another one.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll also spend
Yeah.
point.
Okay. Nice. The books are good. That's very close.
Yeah.
Wow, Abner. All right. So everyone
No,
passed?
I didn't.
You failed
No,
again?
I
You haven't rolled yet.
No, I haven't rolled yet because I was in peril. Sorry.
You were Patience.
Yeah. I was. I'm patient and in peril, so that was the thing. So I'm doing that again.
Okay.
So
Kevin, do you want us to do the coins for you, or would you?
Yeah,
rather...
if you guys are, that's fantastic. I'll adjust it when I spend. If you guys do that, that's fucking great.
so
Fantastic.
That worked. So
Nice.
All right. So,
Nice.
what you guys find? Oh, then we get to roll. All right. Morris was the scout. Morris, would you kindly roll 2 chaos dice for us?
Okay.
And what you want to see is red. You definitely. Yes!
Don't listen to him.
He does what he's told.
All right. So then, what you will find is, as you're going along, this has been now. I guess first off, are you traveling in pitch blackness, or do you have a lantern?
Well, if we could manage, we'd be in pitch blackness because 2 of us can see. So out of the 4,
If the 2 of you can navigate with it,
agree.
yeah. Then
I would say maybe they're ready to. I mean, I guess Abner's navigating. I don't know if that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Abner's a trailblazer, I can't see in the dark, so he'd have had a lantern.
Okay.
So then, what? Let's see here. It was Morris who was our scout. So you can picture it's been hours in that little covered area in the bateau. That's probably where your lantern is hanging, as you're going along. Patience is out there, eyes open for monsters. Morris and Abner or Morris and Buxagun keeping watch. Buxagun, you're probably going to want to try and keep your powder dry in some capacity. You got that poncho, so maybe it's just, kind of over that. And it kind of comes out of the darkness, where you realize at first you think maybe like your eyes are playing tricks on you with a reflection or something like that, and you realize not that far ahead there's a light in the middle of the river, a little moat that is floating along, and it's just a moment, because like what person would have the good sense of being out in weather like this? And you realize it's not a reflection. It's not a, will-o-wisp or something like that. It's got to be another fucking boat on the river. And if it's traveling with a light out, you look back and you see Abner is in the little cabin, as it were, reading his, maybe studying a map or something like that, with the lantern kind of swinging from where it hangs overhead. If you can see them, they can probably see your light. What do?
Let's put the light out until they pass.
Maybe let's go to North Bank. Steer to the North Bank.
Patience would also know, because of her background as a privateer. If you want to be sure that people know that you're a smuggler, you immediately kill your light when you see someone else's light and try and avoid contact. So there is if it happens to be someone who's not a commercial traveler, if it is someone who is out from Richmond, they will take that as a sign, probably. It's also in a rainstorm like this, that's maybe the best way to try and avoid them too, but...
And they're coming, I think I got this clear, but they're coming the opposite direction.
Yeah, they're
going
west.
to pass them, no matter what.
Exactly, they're west of you guys on the river, over a little bit to the side. And at this point, go ahead and go.
I would just say leave the light on and let them pass us. I mean, what are they going to do? If we just have some space between us on the river, it's okay, I suppose.
Well, unless they're looking for someone.
Yeah, but it's only one boat, so I mean.
Can we tell exactly what kind of boat it is from this distance?
You can see a light, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Hold on. No, let's see the two. So if a Buxagun and Morris want to give us a scrutinized check, let's make it arduous.
Okay. Arduous. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then someone's making the roll, someone is assisting.
You might be better at, let's see. I have...
You want me to do two? Sorry, I'm going to make it a little... I'm going to make it flip to fail as well because of the rain. Because it's the darkness, distance.
Okay, so Darren, I've got a 53. What's your...
Yeah, I'm 48, so you go for it.
Okay. All right, so you can make your assistance D10. Let's see what you get first. 1, okay. See what happens. What you said, Kevin, arduous? Sorry.
Arduous, please, yeah.
Yep, okay, got it. Here it comes.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, let's go with 21.
So it's 8. Ooh, the trouble is, it's flipped to fail.
Oh, that's right.
You could coin that.
Yeah, that's right. I'll do that.
Okay. So go ahead and re-roll.
Yeah, here it comes. Nice. Archers. There we go. There we go. Ah. Yeah, it's just too hard to
14.
make out.
Oh, and 41. Yeah. So
yeah, I kind of like try to, get a good look, but like the between the light itself and the darkness and the rain, I'm just like, I don't know what kind of craft that is.
what I'll tell you is with the 14, there's going to be a point, because you rolled that, you will be able to see it, but it is likely that they're going to be much closer to you as well. So
Right.
it is drifting in closer. You guys,
But I mean, couldn't we just so it is going forward, or is it heading towards us? So we could just
it's a
steer little
light
bit through the sun.
at this point with that roll, it seems to be coming in your direction, but other than steering away from the light, that's about all.
No. But we would steer forward on the river to parallel to the whatever. So not.
I think maybe, Kevin, then I would like step underneath that covered area to start getting out some black powder.
Okay. Underneath the covered area would be the most illuminated place.
Only because I don't want it to get wet.
Yeah.
The black powder. So.
Okay.
I think that's what I would have to do, just in case.
Okay. So
yeah, because I've also got a gun, so probably do similar.
So this is probably patience thinking. If you guys are under there, that makes sense to do that under the cover. If someone in the other boat has a spyglass, you guys have moved into the most illuminated area. What they would see is two dudes getting their flintlocks ready.
Well, I think I wouldn't.
Not if two dudes stand in front of them while they're doing it.
Well, you could also move, like, I assume it's a storm lantern of some kind. You could bring the lantern out and, like,
Oh. That's a good idea.
Take it to the front of the boat like you're looking out.
Yeah.
Trying to make out who's coming the other way, maybe, while we prepare the guns and...
You can't see in the darkness anyway, right?
Yeah.
Now, Patience, what you could do is, if you'd like to try and, like, navigate to take a, to fly casual, as it were, or boat casual, you could try that with a piloting check.
Yeah, I can try.
Okay. So I'm going to pose it with an awareness. So give it, I think it'll be standard because it's a contested one.
That's not good.
Okay. Oof. Okay. So what you are able to do, you're not able to avoid it altogether, but what you've done, Patience, is by slowly kind of drifting, you're able to gauge sort of where they're coming from, and you've gauged enough to have some good distance between them. And who is the one who is up at the front of the boat with the lantern then? Is that you, Abner?
Yeah, I would imagine so. That's what we're saying it there.
Okay. Then it is... Okay, let me move to... Go, GM Slayer.
Just for the record, my agility, this agility bonus is 6, so 7 levels of success.
Okay.
Whether that matters or not.
Okay.
Just wanted to.
No, it does, because the bonus, that is one thing with these early Zweihander games, you get to add your agility bonus to contested rolls to figure out degrees of success. All right, and... I'll use these guys. All right. Books-a-gun, because you were the one who was watching, you were the first to spot this, and it's about a second before they're going to see you as well. Well, you realize, and the boat is probably about I want to say like maybe 50 yards away from you, because what Patience has managed to do is put a fair bit of distance between them as they're getting closer. And you hear a voice that is quite clearly it has the accent of someone who is from England, not a colonial troop. And this is what you see. It is a boat more suited to trade, I guess, that has, or like the kind of boat like that would be something attached to a big ship, a tall ship. There are 2 redcoats in there, each with their weapons that are sort of looking over, and there seems to be an auxiliary troop who seems to be with them as well. You don't recognize the specifics of them, but he has a look of one of those irregular troops that they sometimes deploy. Okay. And they're looking over at your ship, and the way that they're turning back and shouting at the person who's operating the boat, it makes them think that they thought they were stealing directly towards, and they've now realized, like, shit, they're about to pass us.
Okay. So I don't want those guys to hear me, but I want my companions to, so I'll try to kind of do a stage whispery, level. 2 redcoats and an irregular.
And that's when you hear one of them say, "Stop that boat in the name of the king! Declare yourself!"
I looked at Abner. What do you think?
Yep, slow down, stop, and then we'll sure we can talk our way out of this.
Speak for yourself. But yeah. I'll put so what I'll do is I have a musketoon actually. I'll lay it down.
Okay.
On the boat so that it can't be seen, but I'm not holding anything. But it's there if I need to pick it up.
Okay. Patience? You're the one in charge of the boat.
So I understood that Abner wants us to slow down.
Okay.
We'll slow down. And use the broadest Scottish accent that I can master for that.
So they have no idea what you just said.
Morris and Abner, what are you guys doing?
Abner will keep the light at the front of the ship so that the guns are sort of more kept in shadows at the back, and will sort of just give a friendly, neutral look towards this ship. Saying, is there a problem?
There is. What is your name?
Abner Templeton.
And when is your destination? Why are you navigating the river in this hour?
Would Abner know the name of other plantations along the river?
Give us I think easy folklore check, please. I think given time, he probably would, but we're making a roll just because it's in the heat of the moment.
Right.
Okay. So you've got a name, yeah.
We're on our way to name one of the other plantations.
The
Williamson plantation.
William, there you go.
Okay. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm having to re-roll here, so you guys are getting some dice back. Okay. Their boat is drifting closer to yours, and you can see the 2 of them. They don't have their guns at the ready, but they do have their brown Bess muskets ready. For those listening at home too, I understand that there are some historical inaccuracies in the weaponry in this game. I don't really care. There's monsters in it too, so surprise. Okay. This is not historical.
That's accurate.
Yeah,
it's all Supernatural's accurate. They just got the guns wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There are a bunch of terrible things. So you can see while you would think that the redcoats would be the ones who would be in charge. It does seem like this auxiliary fella seems to be the one who is. He kind of whispers something or says something to one of them that you can see. He's illuminated kind of in a shady way by a lantern they have hanging from a pole on their boat, and the others say. Which plantation did you say?
The Williamson plantation.
And what is your business at the Williamson plantation?
Family visit.
So as they're about 20 yards away right now. Who else is with you?
Some companions and the people I hired for this boat journey.
Oh? And they're drifting...
Is there a problem? What brings such fine fellows as yourselves out here at night?
Why don't you give us a charm check, please? Or guile. I'm fine with either.
They're the same standard.
I think it's going to be challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But that's as good as it can get. All right. What do you say?
Yeah, I think he'll spin it as, you know, he's off to see family. If they ask him why, he'll say, "Well, but it's my niece. She's about to give birth, and we've been called to the plantation. It's medical, you understand. So I've hired some fellas to get this boat going. I know it's dreadful weather. I'd rather be somewhere else entirely, as well as I'm sure you would. But needs must. Family, you understand."
The guy chewing on the irregular guy. He steps forward, takes the lantern off of the hook, and kind of holds it in a way so he can illuminate Abuxigan, Maurice, and Patience. He looks at you, Patience. Are you sick?
I've seen better days, but I will manage.
Looks at you. He seems satisfied. Gets back on the boat. Did you say it was your niece who was giving birth? Abner?
Yes.
Okay. The irregular turns to you and says, "Good luck to your niece, then."
Thank you. Godspeed.
You could give us a awareness check, I think, Abner. I'm trying to decide if it's awareness or education. I think education. Give us an education check at routine, please. It is subtle. But underneath this guy's coat, you can see that there is a small bit of, on his shirt, there is a small bit of engraving that marks him as a member of a Masonic lodge. He does not seem to have noticed your ring. So they get back on the...
will sort of move his hand slightly to make sure he does not see the ring.
Okay. You guys, they get back into their boat, or they bring the lantern back, and then they turn. And watching it drift into the distance, you guys can see the boat disappears into the rain once again. What do you guys do?
Well, you were right, Abner. I think it'd been more fun the other way, but that's fine with me. And have to waste black powder on those red coats.
Wow, one of them, the auxiliary, the irregular as you called him, it's more to him than meets the eye. Should be on our way before they change their mind.
I'll look back. It's because of all this commotion. There's been shouting and whatever. I want to look back on the south bank to see if I spot any movement now that we've made some sounds.
Okay. I am... I quickly look at the map. I love how many adversaries there are in these games. Like the bestiary in this one, in Zweihander, like they're just chock full of great stuff. I'm actually not meaning it as a sinister thing this time. It is generally the thing. You start flipping through, you're like, fuck, there's so many great monsters in here. Jeez.
I know what you mean, but it's still not good for us.
No. All right. I need you. Let's see here. Just gonna double check one thing here. That is. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to do an opposed test here. Would you give us a standard check against your resolve, please, Abuxagun?
Resolve, okay.
And I'm going to spend a coin.
So there it is. Standard, here it comes. Whoa.
Hey, good roll.
Okay, it is a contested roll, though. What is your
No.
What is your willpower bonus?
My willpower bonus is a 5.
Okay. Yeah, remember in this game, the bonus is the thing that kind of goes up over levels, not your skill, it's your score itself. It was not just the tens digit. 5, that means a total of 9 for you. I'm gonna re-roll then. There we go. So I'm just gonna whisper you something.
Okay.
And I'll let you tell us how you will play this out.
Okay.
Something to be said for maybe putting my keyboard not under somewhere that I have to type like this. I've got it underneath my, normally I don't have to type this much stuff, and my keyboard had slipped a little further under, so I'm trying to fit my fingers under to tip like that. Okay. There we go. I think I whispered it to James.
Okay. Well,
Because
there
there's
we
two
go.
characters I forgot. Yeah. two players.
There you go, James. James, I telepathically conveyed all of that to you.
Who is... That is weird, because I actually don't have you as an option.
Oh, interesting.
Let me try it as Abner. Does that go to George? No, that went to David. David, don't read that message.
I went to me. Yeah. I'll avert my eyes.
Just send it in Discord, maybe. I mean, if that's...
Yeah, that's probably the easy... Oh, you know, here, I want to put it on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
That's really weird. Oh, hold up. I know a fix. I think I know a fix. Hold up. Because I'm curious if this will work. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to... Oh, that's weird. No, that is not going to work. Here, let me do this. I'll put it under your background.
Okay.
So under... I guess distinguishing marks, maybe? Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that works. There you go.
Yep, it did. Wait, is this legal in the game rules?
What do you do?
Okay. How is this boat steered? Is there a kind of rudder in the back, or are we just using a pole? Okay.
I think there's a. That's a good question. There is a. It's a pole. It's a pole, I think, or a paddle, because it's like a standing thing. So patients may be doing that, and there's probably a rudder as well to maneuver.
Okay. So I say I kind of turn back to everybody and put my hands out, like, you know, be quiet. There's something over there. Need to get a closer look.
So you actually need to do this. This isn't a matter of like, oh, let's go and go. You either go and take the wheel or you walk off the boat.
Okay, yeah, okay, got it. I was thinking like I would see if they would just go along with me, or if they.
Nope.
Okay, so I just.
You gotta.
So then I do just go and take the rudder, and just start steering it. Like suddenly the boat starts turning like this towards the south bank.
Yeah, so you all kind of like jostle in the boat for a moment.
And I don't say anything.
I think we're getting a bit close to the south bank. I think we should turn back to the middle of the river.
Just.
Buxian, are you okay? Yeah.
You guys can each give us an awareness check at routine. And actually, for you, make it easy, Abner.
Routine.
We have a coin left. I shall use.
Yeah, you guys got 3 coins now.
All right. Yeah, Kevin used some. Oh, there you go.
Okay, and what is your perception bonus, Maurice and Abner?
Perception 4.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so both of you look like you perhaps like lock eyes for a moment. You can tell something unnatural has come over him. Patience is struggling to try and get this fucking boat back under control right now.
Yeah. So I'm having a pole normally in this boat, if I see that correctly.
Yeah.
So I will try to slow us down by just pushing in the opposite direction.
Sure.
So
Give us a piloting check, and a Buxigan, give us a athletics check, please.
no.
Okay. What? Just a standard.
This will be
Suppose I'm
standard difficulty. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. There we go.
So you're trying, Patience, to use the best of your skill to slow us down. A Buxigan is just he picked up a paddle and is beginning to drive you guys closer.
I think I would just get the boat out of control if I just keep on pushing here, or lose the pole, which would be worse even.
Yeah.
So I can't stop it. Just stop him.
I should try and grapple him to a degree, or wrestle with the controls, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think you would notice that just in a natural way that I am paddling hard, and this is not normally my personality. I'm just going for it.
So if you want to wrestle him down, that's either athletics or coordination, and it's resisted with coordination.
Okay.
That's a knockdown action you're using under rough and tumble.
Okay.
Gotta beat me here. Oh, I lost. So
is this just standard here?
Standard, yeah.
although, you know what? I think I need to use a coin.
Yep.
Here we go.
Ooh. Do you want to coin that, Morris?
I guess that forces my hand then.
Yeah. I'm just trying to give Kevin all the coins.
So I should do the same.
One thing I really like about Blackbirds is that there are ways for me to sink coins by doing those special attacks. It's a really good option, I think, where I can just dump that stuff, use a special ability, and then you guys suddenly get a bunch of coins back, and I get to do something cool. So Morris is trying to wrestle with him, but it's It is heading in his direction. Abner, anything you wish to do?
Yes, Abner will, despite Byron, get his glasses out and try and sort of open his second sight to see what's going on with the Buxagon.
Okay.
Let's scrutinize.
Okay. There is a briefest of flashes where you see something in kind of because you're seeing into the spirit world, as it were. You're having just a moment to see sort of a personification of whatever it is that is influencing him, as if there was like a giant mannequin or fabrication over him that just appears very briefly. And I'm going to show you here, Abner, but only Abner.
Interesting. So by saying only Abner, you're going to send it to me, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, like 8 years or however the fuck long we've been using Roll20, I've never run into that issue before.
No,
so,
I've never seen that happen.
Too fucking funny. And actually, the obvious workaround is put at the end of your name, your display name, put a Buxagon 2 or a Buxagon, and then it'll suddenly won't be a problem, right? Too
That's
funny.
true.
But this is what you see kind of manifest for a moment, Abner, and then I'm going to make a peril or ask you to make a check. So this...
Oh dear.
See, now that's so much better than showing the rest of you guys what the thing is. It's just having David go, oh dear.
I want to welcome our new overlords.
Yeah. So 2 things. I'd like, Abner, would you give us a resolve check, please? And make it standard, please. No problem. Okay, so that'll be, I'm going to roll 1d10 plus 1 for peril. How does 9 compare to your peril threshold?
Where's my peril? It beats the first.
Okay, so you get 1 level of peril as you see this, and you probably kind of stagger back. It's as if it's like a spectral form looming over him. You can also give us a either folklore or education. I think it's folklore because this is a native kind of thing. Give us a folklore check. I think let's make it at standard. Critical success.
Nice.
You realize now what it is that you see that has ensorcelled the Buxagon. It is a creature that settlers came to call a hide behind. And this is something that likes to trick lonely travelers. The quote for this one is, you want to know about the beast men of the woods, those that sound like the mewling of babes? Trust me, the less you know, the better. You will not go looking for them, no matter how much you wish to solve some mystery. There was that little man with a mop of brown hair who went searching, and you saw how that turned out, didn't you? Barely enough left to say it was him for sure. Leave it be, and it'll leave you as well. If you seek them out, well, I wash my hands of it. These are a supernatural creature that lurks in the lonely places, said to, as you can witness, hide behind things and then draw out. With the fact that a Buxagon is bringing the whole boat with him suggests there's some part of him that is struggling against this, because more often what happens with the hide behinds, someone will walk off the trail and they'll never be seen again. And that's when the boat hits the shore, guys. And it's time for our mid-session break.
Oh, all right.
So for those listening at home, oh, you know what? Geez, hold up. I got to swap you guys over here. to reflect.
That's awesome.
And there is everybody. All right. Let's take our mid-session break, guys. For those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. While we're waiting for George to get back, everybody in chat, hope you are having a great weekend. And let's see. I'm going to swap 3 coins back to you guys because I think that Buxagun should have been able to resist. There's a reaction for resist, if I recall. Yeah, which is when you get to try and resist things. So I'm going to give you your coins back and let him try and use resolve to shake this condition. All right. Buxagun, would you give us a resolve check, please?
Sure.
Standard. You guys do have 3 coins now.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You're going to use one?
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, nope.
So, the the bateau has just bumped up against the shore. Let's roll some initiative, just to give order to everyone's actions here.
Yeah,
Go ahead and click
coins
on initiative. I don't think you need to click on your token, but let's learn.
Let's play it dangerous. Right.
So initiative is in the combat tab, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yes,
On the where it says shield.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Buxagun.
Did it populate? Nope. So I tested not selecting my token.
I wonder if it's because of your name.
There we go. Now I did select my token.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so go ahead and change to the first one. That 19 was.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
There we go. I don't know. I kind of want to go left. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You were like, how about?
All right, so I believe. Let's double check here. I think it's at the start of your turn when you get to resist. And remember, you can also spend a coin to take an extra action.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Resist. Turn starts and you're currently under a condition you can attempt to resist as your turn begins, rolling once for every effect. So do you want to give us another resolve check there, Books again?
Yes. Here we go. Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
For the briefest of moments, Abuxagan, you do get a flash of what Abner saw. Because you now fully understand. So I'm giving it to Abuxagan James, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You got it.
And I think, let's see here.
I got it. No, I didn't need to see this. Oh my god. Okay.
Buxagan, let's go ahead and give us just a standard resolve check again. This one is just to resist peril.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. I'll use a coin.
You use a coin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that didn't help me.
Well, let's see how this goes here. Fortunately, they're not exploding.
Well, that's one good thing.
How does that compare to your peril threshold?
Not good. Pretty sure I have an 8, but let me get over here to combat tab. Yeah, 8. So that is going to get me up to 3 down.
Okay.
So
what do we see as you have this flash of this thing, and then you get that reaction? Then you can take your turn. You got your 3 actions or 3 action points.
I think I come to, meaning like I kind of shake myself out of this like strange compulsion, and then as I start to sort out where I am, like, exactly like why I'm here, I look around and I see this thing like looming within the trees.
No, you realize what you saw when it first.
Did I see it back then?
Yeah, when you actually saw it,
okay.
it's just that okay. You don't know where it is right now, which may be the worst thing about this.
Well, maybe what it is that I was, went from being completely fascinated by seeing it to being completely horrified by seeing
to realize what you're seeing.
Shit, this is a bad idea.
So you have 3 actions. What are you doing?
Yeah. I will.
You're at the front of the boat,
or
you're at the back of the
boat,
boat.
right?
The boat has just bumped up against this, and you realize that whatever that is, it's somewhere in the darkness of this bank.
Right. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know. This rudder is probably a standing rudder, or I don't know if it's a sit-down kind of rudder.
You got a paddle in your hand, probably as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. So I think what I do is I am going to get up to go grab my musketoon, which thankfully is currently loaded from before, and I'll pick that up as my first action. So moving is one action. Secondly, I will. Well, I guess actually it's 2 AP to stand up. So I'm going to spend 2 AP to stand up, and I'm basically just going for my musketoon as my 3rd AP.
Okay, I just said a whisper to Abner based on his success from earlier, too. Okay, so Buxagan scrambles forward, grabs his musket, and begins getting ready. Patience, what are you doing?
I think I'm going like this, but everybody sees me going like looking around, like I have no idea where anything is.
Shouldn't we just go back to the river? And I'm unsure. I don't see anything. I'll just grab the pole and maybe ready to put the boat back into the river, if someone agrees with me.
I mean, you're the captain. You're the pilot.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I mean, this supernatural stuff is something for the others. And
what did you get your conditions for in the first place?
Yeah, so you see, yeah, okay. So, okay, yeah, you're not wrong. So I will just use the pole to put us back into the,
Give us a
from the land.
Yeah, routine piloting check, please.
Okay. Mhm. Damn it. This peril condition is just the worst. I would have succeeded without it.
You could, I mean, this is what smelling salts are for, right? Smelling salts get rid of...
Yeah, you cannot, but but I think it takes a minute, and there was no minute.
So that was one. So, well, you're scrambling and trying to get this pole, and then that's only one action. You could try 2 more times if you like. You have 2 more actions, or you can always save one for defense if you like.
Yeah, so I will try it again, and then bunk the last one. So, bunk the last one. So it's So
whoa. The boat starts surging away. So Buxagan, you sort of lurch forward. You have 1 more action, Patience.
yeah, I will keep that for, I don't know,
For defense?
whatever attacks us. Yeah.
Okay. Morris, you have 3 actions.
So I clearly can't see anything as of yet.
You could
In
give
the
us
darkness.
a awareness check if you like.
I am, scouring, looking for anything.
Oh, not awareness, scrutinize, because you're actually looking.
Okay.
Yeah, give us
scrutinize.
a scrutinize at, I think standard.
Standard. No.
Okay, it's 1 action, you have 2 more.
I shall pick up my
I'll tell
gun.
you what you do here, though. As it's going away, Buxagan seems kind of panicked, and he's scrambling around and got the gun, and Patience has got the pole in there. You're looking around, and you think you hear the mewling of an infant. Like, not crying, but the kind of like pre-crying, agitated sound of an upset child in the
From
darkness.
the bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 more actions.
I shall pick up my gun and just be looking towards the bank.
Okay. And so, what, are you saving 1 action?
Yeah.
Okay. Abner.
Abner will stay on the boat, and he will say, "Do not trust your senses. What lurks in these woods is beyond any craft we possess. We must return to the river at once. We cannot defeat this."
Any other actions?
No, I think unless he sees, he'll get ready if he sees someone like rush forward or off the boat. He'll try and stop them.
Okay. Okay. Buxagan. You can see the boat, the south bank begins drifting away. The limited light. Abner's the one who still has the lantern, so it's getting.
Yeah.
You can still see in the dark as well too. You can
Yeah, I think
feel
I'm
it's
just-
out there.
Yeah, I think I'm furiously scanning to see in case it's coming for us, but I'm happy to be going away from it. So I'll do a scrutinize as 1 action.
Okay, go ahead. That'll be standard.
Oh, standard. Okay. See what happens here. I mean, I kind of don't want to see it, but let's see what happens. No, I didn't see anything. So I think I'm just going like this.
I think
And,
you hear exactly as I described to Morris. There's a cry of not screaming, just mewling.
I think that he's affected by it emotionally, but what Abner just said, that corresponds with what I just experienced of this supernatural sort of effect. I'm no dummy. I'm of this land. Like, I know there's stuff out there that is very good at tricking you. So I'm instead going to I'll head back. I think nobody's at the rudder currently. It's only Patience is on at the pole, and I will get back to the rudder. Also, I'll use a second action to move back to the rudder, and a third action to start steering back away from the south bank.
Okay. Then Patience. 3 actions.
Yeah, okay. So I will just move us further from the shore. So just use the pole to get more speed, I suppose.
Okay. You're easily able to begin moving this thing away.
Yeah, okay.
I think we can drop out of initiative now. Morris, the sound of that mewling seems to get quieter and quieter as you go. And then you think you can see something the size of an erect bear moves in the darkness, but you can't see anything that looks like it. It is moving in a westerly direction.
Oh, that was close. How are you feeling, Abuxagon? Are you yourself?
Well, in the sense that I'll never be the same again. Yeah.
And you saw it too.
Yeah. You did.
Yes.
Let us hope we never actually see it again.
No, the South Bank is to be avoided at all cost.
Agreed.
I'd rather
Sorry,
face
everyone.
a squad of redcoats than that thing again.
Very heartily agreed. Apologies to everyone for taking us nearer to that creature.
It's not of your choice, I suppose. Those creatures seem to be as vile as I felt the first time we entered.
Yeah, you look a bit picky there, Patience. Do you want some of this? And I'll hold out some smelling salts.
Yeah, that should be. That I should have done much earlier, I suppose. Yeah, okay, so...
It improves, what, 1 or 2 steps?
I think
think
just
one-
you go up by 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 step, and I get one point of conflict.
Yeah. Buxigan, you could also...
Yeah,
Take
I'm
that.
down 3 steps.
Oh, wow. I'll hand you the other smelling salts I have.
Okay.
I can't
And you
remember.
say it's 2, Kevin?
Is there... yeah, he only has 2 on him. I can't remember. Are there...
You go up
I-
1 step.
2 steps.
Yes, but you can only use it once. I mean, I would have another so another dose, but
Once every 24 hours, it says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
There.
also... where is it here? I thought there is the equivalent of, like, treat injury, but for consoling or leadership or something like that.
maybe there is. Maybe that's the feat. I don't know.
Okay, so that's treating injury. No.
I do have some more arcane means of trying to lift your spirits. They are not entirely without risk.
I think for the moment I've had enough of the supernatural. But
Yeah.
I appreciate the offer. And just to clarify, that heals 2 steps?
No, 1.
1, okay.
Yeah.
How dangerous is this magic you speak of?
Well, I mean, it should be fine. It's calling on the sort of revivifying, purifying combination of fire and air.
You know,
But if done too much, the critical failure essentially incapacitates you.
I just, don't take this personally, but I've heard, don't worry, it's going to be fine from the white man before.
Yeah, I yes, maybe.
Yeah, sure. I think he feels like he failed the group a bit, even though, it wasn't technically his fault, but still
I, for
feels
one,
like
blame the
he-
historian.
Well, historian definitely is like at least 90% to blame, but I have a little bit now. I think he's willing to undergo whatever this is, and he trusts you. So,
Oh God.
and I'm still down. You know,
Guys, remember you each have a
levels,
point of determination as well, so you can spend that to just
true.
do something.
Okay, so yes. Let me just and can we because there's the covered area? Can we get like a very small fire going there? Would that be too hazardous while we're on the boat?
I think you could probably set up a little brazier.
Like from the lantern, maybe.
Yeah.
But she says, "I will try and invoke the divine breath."
Mm-hmm.
Is it invocation for the skill?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Or incantation, I think.
Under magic, it should be listed as whichever. I think there's a button that with each of the skill or the spells that allow you to cast.
Yes, and it would be standard difficulty, or
Okay, here's some questions. When you're casting it, you can choose a risk backlash. Each point of backlash you are willing to take, which is how many chaos dice you roll afterwards, will improve the difficulty by 1 positive step. If you are using Divine Breath, let's see here. That is a basic tier, which means I believe it starts at routine. Is that right? Casting spells. Here we go. Yeah, incantation. Where is it here? That's how it worked in Zweihander. Is requirement, casting time, distance. Does it say at the start of the section here? They have variable difficulty ratings. Once you know the difficulty rating, you choose your backlash. Thanks, game. So what is the difficulty? Like basic, intermediate, advanced, the way it worked in the other ones was that it was routine, standard, and then hard, I believe. For those. Let's see. Okay, so that's for learning spells. Oh, do I just make it up? Looks like cast a spell. Historian announces it's a difficulty rating hard. Okay, got it. So if it does look like it's just determined by me. I'm looking on page 275 here. I think so as a baseline, I think we'll start it at, like we said, routine, standard, and whatever hard or whatever the next step down is. Because you're taking time though, and you're not in combat, let's bump it up to easy.
okay.
And then you can choose.
And I don't know if this is. Oh, sorry, Kevin.
What were you say, George?
I don't know if this is helpful, but on page 146, which you may have looked at under incantation, they had a bunch of options for like trivial, easy, routine, standard, all the way, and examples.
Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, so it's the circumstances, it's not the tier of it. Huh. Oh, I like that.
So,
Yeah, so easy to start with, and you could risk backlash to improve it further positive steps.
Yeah, I think with easy, I'm good where I am.
Okay.
He says, and then 99, here we come.
exactly.
Hello.
All right. Amazing.
So your damage and peril condition track go up by 1 step. Although you're not really bad side, so it's just like blow the smoke over you and you feel invigorated.
Okay, yeah. I don't know much about Is this divine, David, when it's cast?
I think it's divine in the
in
like.
Abner's mind, it's called divine breath, but to Abner, this is pure science.
Okay.
Just mix the right ingredients, you say the right words, you need the right, it's very sort of scientific. But the spell in the book is called divine breath.
It typically takes
Right, okay.
3 hours, but because we're playing a one shot, I think we'll say it just happens in the time it takes to travel to
Does it? Oh.
Berkeley Plantation. Yeah, a lot of the spells are quite slow in this.
Oh, it says one action point.
Is it?
Yeah, on my character sheet it says 1 action point.
Well, it costs 1 action point, but it takes 3 hours.
Let's see. Yeah.
Actually, that's a way to do it. If every round you had to spend 1 AP.
Oh, yeah, casting time is 3 hours.
There you go. Well, so I could be kind of sitting under that, in the back, not,
Yeah. Interesting.
taking it easy. I mean, it's definitely worth doing. It's very helpful.
Well, again, this is where you could spend
mark.
determination to just get it done.
Oh, right.
In a shorter period.
You know
of time.
what? How about this? What about Kevin? Could I spend my determination?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, I will spend my determination because I am determined to not, in my mind, let down my companion. So I am like doing exactly what Abner tells me to do, like precisely.
Yeah, so
Because I'm running out like that.
Breathe
Yeah.
out.
I'm more of a like, that's good enough kind of guy. Like I'm like, yeah, that's about right. That's about right. But I'm like listening to this science, like, very specifically. So I'll spend my determination on that.
Okay.
You have to breathe with your diaphragm. Breathe with your diaphragm.
Patience and Morris, what are you guys doing while all this is going on?
I roll my eyes, but Morris is the only one to see it in the dark.
Yeah. If he's got a similar feeling, because he ain't seen nothing, he thinks all going a little bit loopy. But he's still here to do a job, so he's keeping his eyes peeled while Patience steers the boat, hopefully.
So I think while
I
this
think
is...
you have to guide me. I mean, I can't see so much in the dark, so.
Yeah, well, you've got the lantern at the back, but I shall tell you if you're going a bit off track.
So it is about another hour of travel when you first start seeing the lights on the north bank. At first, it just seems to be people moving with either torches or with lanterns through the woods, and you can hear them shouting back and forth. So there clearly is a search party that is going on in that, and it's very shortly afterwards where you can see the lights for Berkeley Plantation. And to give you just a sense, you're still in the dark here, to give you a sense of what this place might look like from the river. That is one with how close they are to the James River. And then this is that specific plantation. On the other side of the house is a similarly groomed garden that sort of leads directly up to the water. What you can see as well, Morris, is that there is ample evidence of other boats setting ashore as if people were landing and then disgorging troops to search. That's been for the last half mile.
And were they redcoats that were holding these lights, or did I not see?
Yeah, I think you would probably see well enough, and you could hear them all speaking English. It's redcoats searching the woods, no doubt, for the crow.
Yep. Okay.
So, I think it's around now is when Abner and Abuxagun come out. You can see the lights, which means it might be prudent to turn your own lights off. Unless you wish to make them aware that you're on the river. Or, because, I mean, they can't really see you. They may just think that you're a British boat as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Just pretend that we are the ones looking for them. And turn the light off, I would say. Turn the light off.
Yeah. I'll say this place is swarming with redcoats.
So,
we need to be cautious.
How do you wish to make contact? Abner was told that someone in Berkeley Plantation is the ally who has helped hide the crow. Do one of you sneak out? Do all of you?
I would say that a Buxigan or Maurice should sneak out, because I'm everything but not stealthy. So.
I think Mars is more stealthy than I am, actually.
He is a stealthy guy. Yeah. I'm happy to go and take a look.
Cool.
Okay. Go ahead and give us a stealth check at easy, I think, with all the conditions.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Let's take a look at the... Okay. You come very close, Morris, to stumbling across a trio of redcoats who are searching, but it is but one moment where you disappear into the bushes. They go searching by. They split up. Two go in one direction. One goes in another one, leaving yourself. If you have any questions other than what, the house itself, do you have any questions? You would have had an opportunity to sneak around and get reconnoiter this whole place.
Yeah, I'm basically looking to see if there's any around the house or within the house itself.
Does seem like if you kind of go up and poke your head in, it does seem like there is one redcoat who seems to be in the house in the sitting room with the collected family, and you can see there is a man sitting with the redcoats opposite the family, who does not wear any military uniform.
I don't recognize him.
Give us a... Let's see here. Give us an education check. I think if you're not trained in it, it'll be flip to fail. And that'll be at, let's say routine, just because you are a rebel.
Education. Yeah, I'm not trained.
Okay.
Routine, but flip to fail.
Yeah. Oh, that's so close. So yeah, you don't know who this fella is.
Okay. But around the rest of the building,
there are still servants patrol that are moving around through here too. So there is the members of the family are there, but there are still servants who are moving around and moving into the room where they are, and then elsewhere doing about their business. The redcoats and this fella seem to be ignoring them.
But is there any other patrols outside the house, basically between the rest of our guys in the house? Is there anyone that's going to be...
Looks like the three of them seem to be patrolling the exterior of the house itself, and from the sounds of things, there are search parties that are searching other buildings that are on the plantation.
That was going to be my next question. Is there any outbuildings that might be for servants and people like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll go back and report what I found so far. Okay. So I'll tell the rest about the free patrol in the grounds. Ooh,
hold on. If we did overlook one thing of getting you onto the shore undetected. I think that will require a piloting check, please.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's make it, you turn the light off. Let's make it routine for you, patience.
Yes. Okay. So,
Actually, this will be a success or fail on your part.
routine, you said. No. That is not good.
You want to coin that?
We got a coin.
Yeah, so we would use the last coin. And,
Okay.
Last coin for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
No problem.
Nice.
Okay. So you found a place to get you off. Morris has snuck off, leaving all of you guys behind. Morris, how do you announce your return? Or you just trust that Abuxagan will see you with his...
Yeah, I think he'll see him. He'll see Morris before the others do, and I think I'll know him well enough that I'll approach from a direction where he'd be scouting and looking.
Okay.
So I don't fear coming up to the boat. Yeah, and I'll report in that I saw at least one patrol of 3 redcoats around the grounds, and there's again at least one, and a guy in a tri-cord hat, but all in black, seemed to be questioning the family. They were all collected in the living room. There was other servants in the building moving around, but they didn't seem interested in them. And then there's other outbuildings that we could potentially get to. But there are, like I say, 3 redcoats patrolling the grounds that could cause trouble if we're not stealthy.
Do we really think that the crow is on this premise? Or is he just hiding somewhere? I mean, the search party would make no sense if they knew where he was.
But from what Edmund mentioned, people here are sympathizers. They're allies who
Okay, so we have to...
the crow. We don't quite know where, but someone on this plantation
might know. Yeah. Okay.
would be able to tell us where the crow might. I assume they're well hidden. They've not been found yet, so there might be. Yeah, these plantations are vast. There might be.
Mm-hmm,
Well,
hiding
and
places.
the crow could be hidden in a different way. Maybe they don't recognize the crow.
Hiding in plain sight, I guess. But
The danger is how far are they going to take the interrogation or the questioning before they give up the information? I don't know.
Good point.
So
Even if
you
it's
want-
not giving up the crow, it could be giving up other information.
well, all the other agents apart from the crow are dead. So we know they take this very seriously.
You think, Morris, that it would make sense to try to waylay some redcoats, and perhaps you and Abner could masquerade as redcoats and get us closer to the house?
The
Unless
problem is the problem with
other-
violence. The problem with violence is it's going to come back on this family, whatever we
Yes.
do.
Yes. That's my thought. Exactly.
That is true.
You know, we
You
can.
would know that is only if they can connect the family to it. At this point, the Crown's the Crown officials are on a bit of a knife's edge here. If they have evidence that they are collaborators with the rebels, well, then that's a crime. That is a crime against the Crown. If they just suspect it and then choose to come down on them, that is just encouraging more people to rebel. Anna says, unless the agents out of Richmond are completely unhinged, which might be the case. So you're not wrong, but there also may be a way of dressing up the violence to deter attention away from the family, if you can.
Also, I can tell you that there are many tribes in this area that do scalp. So perhaps if we left them scalped, the blame would not fall onto the family.
Maybe we could draw them away from the house first.
I think we should just draw him to the other side of the river. And
Let our
someone
friends
else-
deal with them, yes.
Yeah,
So-
let someone else take care of it.
One thing I'll say, the game is very cool about giving a lot of information about the indigenous different tribes that are in the region. And I actually don't know offhand whether that is the case, whether any of the ones that are actually in Virginia would scalp. But what is correct is that what is correct is that the British would likely be ignorant enough to think that that's the case.
That's true. That's true. But being me, I also researched it first before I brought it up,
Oh,
and there
okay,
were tribes in Virginia,
Okay.
in New England, Virginia, and the Great Lakes area were the three areas where that took place.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, at this time period.
Okay. So, what do you guys think? How do you find the crow? I mean, you can always go to the South Bank if you want. That sounds nice. No? No takers?
Yeah, I would.
I
would be in for a brawl, but I would not be in for a gunfight. Let me put it this way.
What about trying to move up there in a way that no one would spot us? I know that's something that Morris and I have some skill at.
Sorry, you guys keep talking. Anna just came in here, so I'm going to make sure she just doesn't need to go outside. I'll be right back.
Yep. What about you, Patience and Abner? Would you think you would be able to make your way without being noticed?
Yeah, I guess so. Stealth is a thing which you can roll on to normally. So I would have a 50% chance of succeeding. So that would be something. Let me put it this way.
If we were moving through a crowded market, like in Williamsburg, or at an evening at a theater, I could probably blend into the crowd. But I feel this terrain is less to my
Right.
skill set.
And one of your magic tricks can't help. You can't make yourself less visible or something like that.
Sadly not. No, such.
What about that one you said was called something like teleportation? What was that one?
Last time I tried it, bits landed there and there.
I see. Yes, we wouldn't want to have that happen again. The other thing we could do, well, I think there's multiple options. One, Abner could kind of stay behind, and three of us could try to go up, just to find out whatever we can and come back and report to him. Or we could try to go up and try to find a way to get him in to the house from the back, or survey from a top window or something where the circuits are of the patrols, and try to get him in a different way. But the thing, what I had to check with Kevin that I can use this. I can automatically sneak in rural areas. So I don't know if we're at the house, like going up to a house is considered rural, but that's why I didn't do it before. But I'm decent at sneaking.
Yeah.
What would what would you rather do? Oh, sorry, Ingolf.
Yeah, but I was just thinking maybe just to draw the three ones guarding the house out. Like if you could just leave a trail or something, or just get them to move a little bit further out and follow you, and then the rest of us might get to the house.
Yeah,
and there's only two of them left.
I could try to do that.
What were you proposing to do with the two, though? Are we?
Yeah, well, we could just talk to them, and so I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not.
Could we sit it out and wait to see what they do, and then only take action if we need to? Maybe they'll leave after questioning them.
Yeah, or just draw them out again from the house now. So just. And if there's something happens to them outside of the house, who can blame the family? I mean,
well, there is one way to get everyone out of that house.
Yeah, we don't want to set fire on it.
Well, a gun would do it, I'd say. Gunfire.
So here's based on what everybody has said, possibly I could make myself seen by the three on the patrol outside the house, wave my musket around, perhaps hurl some insults at them, and then once I get them to want to come after me, I could take off into the whatever. I'm not sure, Kevin, how accurate this is in terms of like forested area around the plantation.
A lot of it would be there would be like kind of stretches of wide open area, and then there would be crops or whatever, so there are going to be some open areas, and there's going to be some places you could get yourself concealed in, and it still is raining, and it still is an hour or so off from dawn.
So what I know mostly, but one thing I know that seems to be true among most of these redcoats is that can't see in the dark. So is what I say to them. So maybe I could basically, I know it's risky, but I could still maybe at least give you enough time to try to get into that house. And I could shoot the musket off if we want to create the sound to try to get the other two to come out before I run. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, at least it is a plan. Let me put it this way.
Whoa, I'm filled with confidence.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the plan? I missed, I think, part of it.
Okay, so you guys tell me if you want to change any of this. So the plan right now is that Abner and Morris and Patience are going to sort of lie in a hiding spot without trying to get too close to the patrol. That's outside, the ones that are outside the house specifically. Then I will come from a different direction, and ideally be sort of sneaking up and then making an appearance, loudly taunting them, the three redcoats on patrol, fire my gun and my musket, but I won't try to hit them. I'll purposely miss them, with the idea of trying to get them to chase me, and I will then run off and try to lead them away. At least ultimately I would like to try to find a place to hide from them, but my most important thing is to get them away from the house, thereby hopefully giving my allies a chance to get to the house unseen, or perhaps getting the an extra bonus would be that the red coat inside and the black coat, or whatever, for lack of a better name, inside may also come out to investigate what the musket shot was.
Okay.
Does that sound like what everybody thinks makes the most sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds good.
So then what I need from Abner, Patience, and Morris is for you each to give us a stealth check, please. And it'll be an easy stealth check. And just bear with me a moment here. I'm going to double check. Here we go. This will be a collective check where you're totaling degrees of success. Where is it here? Okay. What I'm trying to remember is how to calculate degree of failure, because it says...
Why do you have to worry about degrees of failure?
Let's see. This is
I mean, it sounds foolproof to me. I don't know how this could go wrong. It's not like there's all kinds of patrols out there roaming around that I don't know where they are. I mean, you know.
Okay, so there isn't... Here's what we're going to do, is the fails don't penalize things, but it will result in 1d10 plus 1 peril for the anxiety of trying to avoid. So, what you need is a collective 5 degrees of success in this. So, And remember, you're adding your agility bonus to the success. So, Abner, Patience, Morris, give us a stealth check at easy, please.
And I wouldn't get worried about it. We have plenty of coins. Oh, wait. Well, we have one coin, Abner.
So that's 5 right there, without even adding in your thing.
Nice,
So,
okay.
Abner, we have 1 coin left. Did you want to re-roll that, or are you taking the peril?
I'm taking the peril. I'm leaving the coin for a Buxagon. I think as he's about to take on all of these redcoats.
Thank
2 peril.
Nice.
Actually, I gain an additional 1d10 plus 1 peril when I fail a skill check to resist peril because of my overly skeptical flaw
Oh.
or quirk.
So, sorry,
Your
how much
assumption
total is it?
falls, I'm shaken to my core. Whenever you fail a skill test to withstand peril, you suffer an additional 1d10 plus 1 peril.
So this isn't technically to avoid peril. It's
I guess, yeah.
yeah, because you're not.
resisting it, are you?
The check itself is trying to get stealth. It just there's an added consequence of. And this is just a fail. It's an option out of page 9 for fail forward test because there isn't. Because you're adding your agility bonus or your ability bonus to it, it means that calculating a fail is not really a thing. If you fail, you just don't get it. So, and the optional rules.
Which is my thankfully my peril threshold is higher than 2.
Okay, good. Good to know. All right. So then, you guys have all got yourself in your position. Buxagon, would you give us a stealth check at easy? Get yourself in position.
Yes. Okay.
And your failure is not a peril. It'll be actually it will be peril because critical success.
Success.
Beautiful.
Nice.
What do we see then?
Nothing. No, I think he kind of like
It's that old adage from your neck of the woods there, George. You know, don't show and don't tell.
That's right. Exactly. All right. It's all attitude. So I think I've crouched down and I'm really quiet. I'm kind of moving slowly, taking my time, keeping my eyes on them at all times, and any time that they even hint at turning in my direction, like stop and like get behind a tree or whatever I need to do.
Okay.
But I wanted to get kind of around. And maybe they're even kind of talking or something. At one point, I take advantage of that to move through a space where there's like nothing hiding me.
Okay.
And then I get to like a final tree and I look over to see if my companions are in place. Since I don't see them, I assume they are.
Okay.
And I now I'm ready to do the next stage, which is to step out. Okay. So I check my musketoon, make sure it's packed properly, and then get it ready, it's locked and loaded, and I come out from behind the tree.
So I'm going to spend some coins because you guys could use some more points here.
I'm good with that.
You're about to do this.
Yep.
When you can hear one walks right up to the bush to relieve himself.
How
So I
far away
need
is
one
from me?
more stealth check from you. This will be contested this time.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Easy.
Okay, here we go. Easy on mine. Okay.
I got 7 total degrees of success.
Ooh, all right.
What's your agility bonus? Your AB?
My agility bonus is a 6.
So do you want to re-roll that?
What do I need to? What is it?
I got a 7 in total.
You got 7.
Yeah, between because you rolled a 0 for your 10s digit.
Oh
there.
yeah. Yes, I do. I'll spend a coin there.
Okay.
Here comes my next stealth. Still at easy. Here we go. I wish there was a boom, reroll.
Reroll,
button
yeah.
there, but... Ooh. Okay.
13.
Yeah.
So you can picture this guy, takes his sweet time to fully relieve himself, is muttering away to himself as he is. He's within arm's distance of you, and he's no idea that you're there.
I think rather than that, I'm tempted to shoot him. but I refrain from doing so, and instead I'm just going to study him in terms of, and I don't know anything about their insignia or whatever necessarily, but I'm just trying to study him so that I could later tell Abner what I saw.
Yep.
Just in case this is a special unit or something about them sets them apart in some way, just to in case that's helpful information.
Yeah.
So I will just stay there and like, holding my breath almost while I'm like, oh, God, how much did he drink?
He goes back and rejoins his allies, and then they look like they're going to start their patrol once again around the house.
Okay. So that's when I step out. And I think he'll see right away that I was kind of right near where he just was. And I will aim my musketoon at them.
Yep.
And shout, oh, you know what? I'm not going to speak in English. I'm going to speak in my own native Massachusetts language.
Nice.
And I'm going to scream out to them. And they're not going to understand anything that I'm saying. But I actually say, you should be embarrassed by that length. And then I fire, but purposely to miss them. But I'm not making it look like I'm trying. I'm not shooting
if
the
you
sky.
want to try and impose conditions on them, you could use words as weapons.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Let me pull out. Let me just take a quick look at the conditions. There it is. Let's see.
Words as weapons imposes it if they want to be intimidated, for instance.
Yeah.
Those last till the end of combat.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I will do that. What is the roll that I'm gonna have to make?
It'll be intimidation. Intimidate versus it'll give them -1 to their damage threshold and peril threshold.
And is that a standard or what's the?
Yeah, it'll be standard because it's contested.
Because it's contested. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna.
So a standard, just because it's contested, I actually don't think that's true for this game. But for the attack, it'll be standard. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna role play the effect once I know what actually happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
And I'll assume you're spending all 3 actions trying to affect all 3 of them.
Correct.
Just because. That's I failed 2 of mine, and I got a. What is your? Is intimidate willpower?
It is it's actually a brawn.
Brawn, awesome. What's your brawn bonus?
Yeah, it's 5.
5, nice. So it's 6 in total. So I do. One of them manages to resist this, but the other 2 are kind of completely shocked by what you've done. And then what do you? Let's roll.
Well, I'm at AP. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm at AP, so I have plans, but we'll see what happens.
Let me grab one of these guys, and to make a initiative tracker. So we're into month 6 of no initiative trackers accidentally deleted.
Oh, nice. We do need to have a sign. 8 days.
I think maybe a whiteboard might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we are really in month 6 already.
I haven't this year yet, 2025.
Yes, you have in our Perda campaign.
No, I didn't. When did I do that?
I'll find it for you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't. Not that I remember, but that doesn't mean that I.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So, but
Okay.
I will. I have a mission now. So.
Nice. Okay, so I rolled. All right, so I got 12. All right. So, every one of them is going to raise their I think if they would be going around, so they have to ready one action to ready their weapons, and then they're going to fire at you. Remember, you don't have to declare a defense until defending in Zweihander is typically to avoid damage, not to avoid getting hit. So I have to roll my attack to hit first. Okay. All right, so then because of the rain, I'll pose a little pun. Okay, so first shot is a miss. Second shot is a miss.
Yay.
Third shot is a miss by 9. So I'm going to spend a coin. Try and re-roll that. That does seem like a doable prospect. And remember, you can spend a coin to gain an action point to try and avoid if I do hit. I fucking miss again. So 3 of them fire at you, and then one of them spends the other 2 actions reloading. The other 2 affix bayonets as their last action. Abuxagun, what are you doing? 3 actions.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire my weapon at them, but I'm going to purposely miss. But I'm shooting like into the sky.
Yeah.
So boom! It's kind of like the equivalent of a shotgun, like for a musket. So it's like boom. And the sound is important because what I want to do with my second AP is to do another words as weapons, but this time I want to do hastened.
Oh, okay.
Because what I want to do is hasten my companions.
Yeah, I love it. Okay.
So, if they are hastened, it would give them, where's the condition? It gives them +1 to initiative, I want to say, hasten. +1 to initiative and movement until the end of the combat.
Awesome. Okay.
So, I scream, come and get me, bloody redcoats!
Okay.
And then on my
does it
third
say what
AP
skill it is?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah, sorry, yes. Make a skill.
Because it's different for intimidate, which.
Yeah, it says declare to use either hastened, inspired, or intimidated. Then make a relevant skill test.
I think then it is. I think it's leadership for that.
Leadership. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me go.
I think because the guys who know this is coming, you can make it at routine.
Okay. Awesome. Here we go. Leadership. At routine.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone else gets +1 initiative, +1 hasten. You'll roll initiative at the end of that round. So that's 1 action of Abuxagun.
And then, 1 was to shoot.
Oh, right.
Second
one was to shoot. One was
words.
One more.
Words, and I have 1 left. So I'm going to run, or when to do hustle.
Okay, you got it. So you're starting to move. All right, why doesn't everyone go ahead and click on their token, click on initiative, and then improve your initiative by 1, thanks to Abuxagun.
Okay.
Okay. Morris, Abner.
Yeah. So if I click on the thing, it takes a time for the sheet to switch. I don't know why. It's always a little bit slow. Slow, but.
Okay, 11. You can modify that up to 12. I think your agility is higher than the red coats, so once that, there you go. And
Nice.
Patience, you're up first. What are you doing? So you can assume you guys are probably like, say, 2 moves away from the house, but how are you guys planning on getting into the house?
I was thinking that maybe the door is still open because they didn't lock themselves in.
Yeah. So like main door?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So 3 actions. Patience, what are you doing?
So can I just move up there and
Yep. So,
without being
2 actions.
yeah, 2 actions to hustle to the house.
And,
Let's have you make an easy stealth check.
okay. So this one is on me because I accidentally closed the sheet. So yeah. Else. This one should be easy.
Wow. Good roll. Holy smokes. You have one more action. What would you like to do? You're at the door right now.
Yeah, just try to open it and enter if possible.
Without listening. That's bold. But you are Scottish, so fucking the door throws open.
No, I didn't say I want to ram the door, but I could open and sneak inside. I mean, come on.
I think no, that's a separate action. That's why that "and" is very important.
Oh. Okay.
So, what you've done, I forgot I've got a bookmark in this one. Hold up. All right. So what happened
it's
is
bad when it's bookmarked.
Because you succeeded so well, I'm going to make a. Let's check here. You throw the door open and you see that our man in black is in the same fucking hallway that you just opened the door to, but he and another redcoat are headed in the opposite direction, and they do not seem to have noticed you opening the door.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So they did not even notice me and still run away from me. I mean, that's...
Oh, they have not run away from me yet.
Yeah.
There still is a potential. Okay, let me roll for him, because he'll have a separate initiative score. All right, where is he here? There we go. Ooh, okay, we'll use that. I mean, I'm sure it's nothing. Don't worry, guys. You're fine. Okay. There we are. So clearly he's acted just before you, and he's run up with this. He's got his saber out and flintlock pistol in his other hand. Then he is followed by another one of these guys who comes running out. Likewise, does not seem to realize that the door is open, and they're running towards the back where the gunshot came from. The other two, so Buxagun, unfortunately, he did not hide yet. So
no, I did not.
We are going to try, and I'm using "we" in the royal sense, ironically here. We are going to try and shoot you.
Okay.
I think aim is in action, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to say it is actually.
Yeah, take aim. Spend 1 to gain plus 10, or 2. Oh, he's taking careful aim at you.
Okay.
So he's got plus 20 to this. Oh, that's a hit.
Can I spend a coin to take an extra AP?
You can, absolutely.
All right.
I didn't get a crit.
Right.
So you just need
Didn't have a credit. Okay.
success on evade or dodge.
Dodge, right. That's right. As long as I can find it.
I think it's under combat in like the middle near where the armor.
Oh, it is under combat. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
under agility. Yeah. Switching tabs. Okay. Why am I not? There it is. Yep. Okay, here we go. Standard.
Yeah, standard, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Woof!
Yeah.
Zing, you can hear it zing past your head. Then the other two are... Oh. They'll just spend 2 to hustle. Or 1 to hustle and then 1 to charge. So there are 2 more who are charging in on you now, Buxagun, with those bayonets affixed. First one hits. I'll spend a coin to avoid.
Yes, I do. I've been trying to change the coin thing, but it's like stuck underneath our pictures. So I
sorry.
can't actually change the. Sorry about that.
Hold
I've been doing it.
No, I'll move it down.
Thanks.
You know what? I moved it, I think, last time. So let me just move it down.
Okay.
Here.
Okay. So it should be. We have 1 less, and you have 1 more now. So we should be at 3, and you have 2 right now. But then it's gonna be a 2 and 3. So
Got it.
here comes another dodge.
2, 3. There you go.
Oh, critical failure!
Oh. Oh.
It had to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. What happens on a critical fail for a dodge? Anyone remember? if anything.
I think you get a free another chance at doing a dodge. Oh, wait.
That does sound like me.
I'm not sure. That's a good question. I didn't want to find the answer
There
to.
Dodge. Your defend. Critical failure. You suffer 2d10 plus 2 peril.
Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, cool.
All right, so let's see here. As you strain yourself to... So how does 11 compare to your peril threshold?
11. It takes me to... down 2. So I'm down to ignore 1 skill rank.
Okay. So you try and duck out of the way, and then he does manage to get you. Let's roll...
I thought I was so confident that he wasn't going to get me that's what freaks me out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, you did not expect these. Okay, so... here. Plus... See if that works. 17. How does that compare to your peril threshold?
Well, it's a 7, so it's going to take me down 3.
Okay.
So I'll be seriously wounded.
Okay, so it gets you... Oh, if you're seriously wounded, give us... roll 2 chaos dice, please.
Okay.
You don't want red.
Oh, I don't want red. All right, this time I will not roll red.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
And the second one misses. Okay. Then it is Abuxagun's turn. You got 3 dice or 3 actions. What are you doing?
I think I just have to run my ass off.
Okay.
So I think essentially what I'm gonna do is 2 hustles and for 2 AP, and then the 3rd AP I'm gonna use to attempt to find a hiding spot. If I see a hiding spot that I could potentially use, I will try to grab it. But if I'm still in open space, obviously I will just continue hustling.
So you're in an engagement with these guys right now. You actually need to spend 2 AP to get out of an engagement, which would avoid counterattacks.
Okay. So I'll do 2 AP for disengagement and 1 for hustling.
Okay, you got it. So you're starting to race away.
Yeah.
Abner, what are you doing?
I will follow patients to the main house.
So you get to the main house and you see precisely what I described. There is... Sorry, I've got to put these guys into groups here. So the guys on the left, I'll make them a little smaller. They're the ones outside. The ones on the right are the ones that are in the hallway. So you spend 2 actions to kind of like sneak up. Give us a easy stealth check, Abner. You want to coin that?
Yes.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah. Nice. So, likewise, you sneak. You have 1 more action. You can see this black-robed fella and one of the redcoats.
But they have their back to us.
They do.
I think Abner would look to see if the one in the black clothes has any, even though it's just his back, any Masonic symbology sort of hidden in his clothing that he can make out, or anything that would make him say, ooh.
If you're spending an action doing that, yes.
Yeah.
There are like charms on his waist. He's absolutely a member of the London chapter house. Maury.
I should be following Abner.
Give us a easy stealth check, please.
Yep.
No problem. You see the exact same thing. 2 folks with their backs to you. 1 more action. What are you doing?
I'm going to hold an action to react to what Abner sort of decides we're going to do.
The Masonic agent runs to the door, the back door, casts it open, and goes outside. The redcoat follows.
Damn it. Yeah. So.
Patience. What are you doing?
I hope that no one is in there. I was informed that there are only 2 people, so I hustle inside and look for the family.
You kind of, with one action, you're able to move in and go into the room that this guy came from. The family is collected there, and they all kind of, are startled at first.
Quiet. Are you all well?
Give us an easy charm check, please.
Mm-hmm. Charm. Where's Charmer? That's there.
Under fellowship.
Okay. Yeah. Easy, not routine. Easy. No.
1 coin left. You want to coin that?
Yeah, it seems so bad if I just now. But I should. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I mean, they might start screaming.
You also
Who
have
knows
the determination as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I think this calls for determination. I mean, we did all this stuff to get in here. So. Yep.
Okay. So they sort of look and they say, "You're from Williamsburg."
Yes.
And
we are here to help.
They
and to find.
The wife sort of gets up and grabs your hand, and she says, "The crow. She's in the barn.
Okay. Where?
On the top, in the loft. There is a concealed compartment on the east side of the barn. She's concealed within there."
Yeah. We'll try to get them away from here and to get her into safety.
Okay. Then we have more redcoats. One is reloading and then starting to run after Abuxagun. The other 2 will try and go after Abuxagun with their muskets once again, or their bayonets. Come here! Oh, you know what? Let's do some rough and tumble. That sounds fun. They're going to try and do a below the belt to make you gutted. You must spend 1 additional AP for movement actions until the end of the combat. They're going to hit you in the kidney. Okay.
I think it's where I got shot. So they're just like, insult to injury here.
So it would be 2 to catch up to you, and then 1. So one of them misses you. The second one gets a second chance. Fucking 99 crit fail. You can counterattack if you want, Abuxagun.
Yeah. So I will. Can I use a hatchet? I had the musketoon in one hand.
Yep.
But I'm not obviously firing that, so I will pull out the hatchet then.
Yep.
Here we go. Standard.
Standard difficulty. Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a hit. 10.
Yes!
So slow, it's weak. So you... This guy... Oh, wait, the damage threshold is down by 2. So that's... You hack into this guy's side. He has taken 2... Oops, no, he's not dead. And he's undead, oh my god. Necromancer... Brits.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah. True. Very true. All right, so this thing, you hack this guy, and he... I'm going to need to... Also, would you give us a 2d10 plus 2 roll, please?
Sure. 2d10 plus 2. 12.
Okay. I think he is terrified of you. Then that's it for the Redcoats of Buxagun. 3 actions. What are you doing?
So, how many are currently engaged?
2 engaged with you. One of them has been reloading and fucking around. So there's 2 on you right now.
All right. So I am going to I'm realizing that like trying to get away from them is going to be too difficult. Meaning in game terms, I got to spend 2 AP to try to get away, and then I do 1. I hustle 1, so they're going to catch up to me every time.
Yeah. So
I'm just going back on the offense now, and so I got one hand like I dropped my musketoon. I've got one hand like holding my kidney, and like with the other hand I've got my bloody hatchet, and I'm going to attack the same guy that I have already hurt.
So one thing to remember is you can only make one attack action per round, but you can use a rough and tumble and an attack. So if there's a rough and tumble action that you'd like to set up the attack for,
that's true. That is true.
Like
so
for instance,
see.
knockdown. When you attack a prone target, I believe you get like plus 10, and you do 1d6 extra damage, or something in that range.
Until they get up. If they are defenseless, they are also. Let's see here. Just looking at all my options here.
Eye gouge means they have to spend one additional AP for reactions.
I like that one. That's the one I'm kind of leaning toward.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll spend 1 AP.
Yep.
To eye gouge him.
So guile or intimidate?
No, that's a good question. I'm probably better at intimidate. So, but let me double check that. What's my intimidate? Intimidate is 43, and guile. Oh no, interesting. I'm actually better at I'm actually better at guile.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh yeah, good question. Do you have determination left at Buxagun? No, Buxagun
I don't. Yeah.
Doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. I spent it when I felt like I needed it, and I all these skill checks have been at minus 30 or whatever, or 20.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're not minus. All it does. This is something I like about Zweihander. Up until the most recent edition, you don't take a penalty. You just don't get the benefit of your skills.
Yes, right. So I would have been down 2 skill ranks. So I'm happy with the way it all worked out. So this is a success. So I gouge him.
Okay, and I rolled the contested and actually failed. So
okay, great. And now I will chop into him with my hatchet.
It's the injured one you're going after, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Can I gouge one and hatchet the other one, or did that be the
As long as you're
okay.
Like a rough and tumble doesn't count as an attack action. It's just anything that's listed under attack action. You can only take one of those per round.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So I'm gonna eye gouge the guy I have not attacked yet because I'm hoping to take the damaged one down.
Okay.
So here we go. Here's my attack on that damaged one. Yes.
That's
that's a crit.
Yep.
So he cannot dodge. So go ahead, and I think it does 1d6 extra damage as well. So give us a 1d6 exclamation mark roll, please.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Okay.
But what was it for anyway? Yeah.
What does it look like as he goes down?
I think he's like scrambling, like at last round he was sort of like starting to like seem like he was going to run away. He had enough, and I just go and I get him in the side of the neck, and he's starting to turn away. He falls to his knees and then slumps over onto his face.
One more action.
I turn to the other guy that I've just guiled, and I just give him a crazy look where there's like blood splatter on my face now. And I'm going to save my my AP for a reaction.
You got it. All right, Abner.
Did I hear the conversation Patience had with?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, because I think Abner will briefly sort of nip into the room where they are and just show the coin to the people, just so they know that we're on the right side, and say, "Thank you, you're doing the right thing." And will then. Do we know where the barn is from their description? Or
probably, yeah.
Head back to where Maurice is at the door. So say, we need to find the barn before they do.
Okay.
And we'll then start heading in the direction of the barn.
Okay. Maurice?
I shall spend all my action points to run towards the barn.
You got it.
So run straight.
This guy, I'm going to roll for Templar Agent. Ooh, critical fail. He does not have any idea where he's going. This is where are they? What's going on? And there's gunshots going off from different directions, so he doesn't know where to find you. Patience.
Yeah, so I would follow Maurice to the barn. I think that's the thing we should do now.
Okay. So let's finish up with... is anyone going to Aboxagun's aid?
We don't really know, I suppose.
No, I guess.
Okay.
That would be some spiritual. I don't know.
So a Buxagun. Oh, this is where you could spend determination to alter the scene, right? Like where you could like catch a glimpse through a window and see that a Buxagun is about to take on 2 redcoats, and he clearly is injured. I'm hearing no takers for that. A Buxagun. What did you do to these guys while I was away?
I spent my determination, so it must be someone else.
Maurice, do you want to spend your determination to see the state that a Buxagun is in? Or are you saving that for something else?
The problem is I'm a hired help, so I'm sort of doing what Abner tells me to do.
I mean, it's even better that he sees him and he's like, "Hey, he's got it," and he runs off in the direction of the bar. All right,
Well,
so
that's
then
what I mean. It's whether to use it to even see it. If Abner told me to check up on him, then I would obviously do that.
okay.
Although I do appreciate the confidence that you're all showing in my abilities.
Because Abner will spend his determination to spot the state of Buxagon is in.
Yeah.
And will then say, Maurice, go help a Buxagon. We'll go and get the crow.
Okay. Then, Maurice, let's say you've got 2 more actions.
I'd have headed in that direction instead then.
Okay.
Can I quicken? I guess it's on my turn. So, could I do quicken blood on Maurice as I tell him to go and get a Buxagon?
We'll say that's part of your determination. So go ahead and cast the spell.
Nice.
Fingers crossed this doesn't backfire. And what is the starting level for this?
You're in combat.
Easy.
It's a basic tier. Let's make it easy. Make it routine. Sorry.
Okay.
But you remember you can't take the chaos.
Yeah, I'll take one level of potential backlash.
You got it.
Nice.
Okay.
Easy.
So make it easy now then.
Good.
Nice. What's it do?
So your movement and your initiative go up by 3
Whoa.
to the end of combat.
Go ahead and adjust your initiative there, Maurice.
Okay.
Wow.
Then I guess I need to roll 1 chaos die, right?
Yep. And I'll move you up.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yep. No backlash. What does the spell look like, by the way?
Well, as described in the book, so I think in this instance it'll be more of a sort of putting a hand on Maurice's shoulder and sort of looking him sternly in the eyes and like, go and help a Buxagon. As described in the book, I have to expound on a religious lesson for 1 minute, which doesn't feel quite appropriate.
No.
I think we're just over determined, go and help him.
Nice. Okay. So then, Maurice, rather than if he's spending your the determination, you could get 1 free strike on that dude who has been hanging behind. I think if you want to spend your last, you could run up towards this guy and then make an attack on the unaware fella.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't got a melee weapon, but
You don't?
no.
I think it's listed.
Barehanded.
I thought that. And that could be the case.
Muscatoon and barehanded.
Oh, shoot. You probably have a knife. So I could just drag... Hold up. Let me drag and drop a knife onto you. Here. You may just need to change the... whatchamacallit? I'm just going to go to combat here. And go. Flames of Freedom. You got 2 knives. Yeah, it's the second time it's been... we did this morning with Warhammer, where it added 2 copies of the one thing I dropped in.
It's being generous today, I guess.
Yeah, apparently. What are they called? BOGO? It's,
Exactly.
all right, so turn... Oh, no, close. I think you're good to go now with that knife there, Maurice.
Yeah,
Okay.
now, Maurice, you got to drag and drop that knife right onto that red coat.
I'm gonna. I think time is of the essence, so I think I will go in there full determination.
Tell us how he dies.
He's basically backing up away from this. Or he's not backing up, was he? He was reloading when this guy at the back.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
So he's reloading and he's like keeping an eye on this Indian guy ahead of him, and I just come running up behind him with all the noise and that. He doesn't even hear me, and I just come up behind him and just slit his throat, and he just drops to the floor.
Okay.
Awesome.
Then Patience, I believe you're up next.
Yeah. So there was something that she was hidden. So the crow is a she, if I remember the thing correctly.
That is correct.
So I will try to look for the hidden cabin in there or something.
Well, I mean,
like
you need
that.
to get to the barn first, right? So.
Oh, I thought with the 3 actions we were already at the barn.
No,
so
definitely not in that length of time. No.
So then
All right.
let's go to run.
Okay,
through
so I'm
the
going to
barn.
leave Abner and Patience for the time being while Abuxagun and Maurice deal with this last guy. All right, so he is disoriented from the eye gouge, so he's going to have to save 2 actions. He gets 1 attack on you, Abuxagun.
Okay.
That is a hit, not a crit. So you can defend.
I still have 1 AP left.
Saved. Go ahead.
So I am going to attempt to evade this, or dodge, I should say.
Okay.
Here we go.
You can parry if you've got a hatchet out.
That's right. In this case, I dodged, but I'm going to spend a coin if we have some.
You got 2 left.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, great. Spend a coin. Here we go. Oh, God. All right, he gets me.
Okay.
All right.
Then let's see here. It was... No, because I've only got... He didn't charge this time, so this is it. Let's see. 10 versus your damage threshold.
That's going to be 2 more down. So that's going to take me to this
what's your
thing.
damage
I'm
threshold?
not sure what it means. My damage... Oh, sorry. It's 7.
So 1. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 1. Sorry, right. What's that? So thankfully...
So 1 down. Give us 3 chaos dice.
Yeah.
Please.
Here we go.
Yeah. Nice.
No injury. All right. Then Abuxagun, you got 3 actions. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Morris has just come out of nowhere and cut the throat of this other redcoat.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy about that. So I think I feel like I gotta do something rough and tumble. I'm gonna try to knock him down to start with.
Knock down, you got it. Athletics
Yeah,
or coordination?
You know what? I gotta double check that because I think actually I'm not sure which I'm better at. So let's see.
As long as you succeed, I didn't. I failed very high, very badly.
And coordination. I'm better at coordination actually.
Go right ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna try to sweep his legs out from under him.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep, he's on the ground now, too, still blinking from where you gouged his eyes. 2 more AP.
All right. Now I'm spending the next AP to hatchet him.
I'll remind you can also do a targeted attack to hit arm, body, head, or leg, and I believe it does 1d6 extra damage. Where is it that it does? Hold on. This game, it might just do...
It does one of the 4 combat conditions as well as the damage, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, so it doesn't
when
do extra
engaged
damage.
or at a distance, declare to hit either blah, blah, blah. Foe must defend or suffer damage, and 1 of 4 combat conditions.
So your attack actions, here we go.
Could be... Oh, come on.
Combat conditions: disarmed, gutted, disoriented, prone.
It's already prone. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do, Kevin. I think anyway, what I'll do, just in case, I will just hatchet him once and keep 1 AP to try to,
Fair enough.
to react.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, here we go.
And I'll check the prone. Do you remember what the prone condition does? It's on the one of those handouts.
I didn't see. Well,
here, perils, conditions, and lighting. Let's see. It is not
Oh,
listed
you
there.
suffer an additional 1d6 fury die to total damage.
Okay. All right. Great.
And the only maneuver actions: prone, get up, hustle, maneuver. Okay.
All right, here we go. Yes.
How'd you do?
10 damage. I hit.
And then roll 1d6 exclamation mark for because he's
Okay.
prone. I failed
Yep.
my defense.
Okay, awesome. 2.
2, so
Two more.
12.
12 total.
All right, so he's down by 2.
And I'm keeping 1 AP.
Yeah. Roll 1 chaos dice for us, please.
Oh, yes. Alrighty. Chaos dice. Yes, okay.
That's where you want that 6 because it would kill him.
Oh, that's true. God damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Morris.
Yeah, I shall. I need to move in, I assume.
You could charge. Gives you move 2 AP to move twice your movement and add 1d6 fury die to damage from a melee weapon.
Yeah, if he's in range of that, then I shall. Yep. So
It'll actually be
give that
plus
a go.
2d6 because he's prone too,
Awesome.
Nice.
and he's out of action, so he can't defend.
Well, you have coins. I mean,
I do have coins. That is true. Actually, I will spend a coin to try and roll an 82 on my defense. So, clever way to get yourself some more coins there, Ingolf.
That's some serious failure.
Oh. All right. So I think it's a. What is it? Is it a counterattack?
I can't re-roll that, I'm sure.
Actually, you can't because it's doubles. This is one of the games where when you critically fail, you can't re-roll.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm sure. I
Oh,
can't.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, where? There we go. Okay. Critical fail on an attack. You're disarmed.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
you have. Oh, that's all your actions.
Yeah.
Booksagun. Morris is running
Does
and
he get to
kindly
go,
offered
though?
his weapon to this guy.
what are you doing? No. But doesn't he come before me, the red coat?
Oh, he does. That's right. Hold up. Let me. I had to spend an extra
still
action to try
prone.
and defend. Actually, I wouldn't have because it's. Yeah, so I'm gonna spend an extra action for him to stagger up from prone. So that's 2 actions. I have 2 more. He's gonna spend 1 to try and get you because you seem to have been hurt pretty badly here at Booksagun. I do hit, but not a crit.
Okay. I saved my ability to dodge. Actually, my dodge is actually better.
Okay.
No, my parry is better. I will parry with my hatchet.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Here we go.
Nice. All right. Batter it aside. Then it's your turn to Booksagun. You have 3 actions.
Okay. Oh man, I think I'm going to try to knock him down again.
Okay.
So here comes my was coordination. I want to say was the
Oh yeah, coordination
options?
or athletics to
Okay, yeah.
do it. I failed mine.
right. Yes, yeah. Here we go. Oh, I will spend a coin.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, he's
Nice.
down. And
Okay, so now I'm gonna try to hatchet him
okay,
with my AP number 2.
I have no actions and I can't spend 2 coins to get because he needs 2 to defend.
Yes. I like this game. Oh, I don't like that. I didn't take. There's 1 coin left because I didn't take
Yep.
the other. I didn't take the.
Go ahead and
leftover,
coin that.
So I will use that. So I'll switch it to 0 in a second. Okay. All right.
Morris.
I will save my last AP for reaction.
Okay.
Oh my god.
This guy's defenseless, so if you just want to stomp on him...
I've just seen if I could choke him out. But,
Oh, yeah. Chokehold causes him to suffer peril.
which should be enough, wouldn't it, I think?
Could be. What's your brawn bonus?
It is 5.
So it'll be 1d10 plus 5 against his peril threshold.
Well, I'll try that anyway because I've got multiple actions. So
go ahead. It's your athletics or toughness. I failed.
Oh,
so did I.
sorry, and I used up all the points.
2 more actions.
And then can I attack him with my bare fists? And
or you could spend 1 to pick up your knife and then 1 to fucking stab him.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Do it. You get a fury die if you get him.
Yeah.
No!
God.
Oh, damn it.
On his turn, he's screaming for help.
No.
Okay.
Coward. Ooh, black coat guy looks over in your direction. He's then going to have to spend the other 2 to get up. Buxagun, what are you doing?
All right. I guess I'm gonna knock him down again because it can help me as well as
James and I were talking about Chumbawamba yesterday.
Exactly. All right, here we go. All right, I knock him down.
I failed, so he's down.
Okay, great. And now here comes my hatchet attack against him. Come on.
No.
Crit failure.
Kicks the hatchet out of your hand.
Yeah, that feels right. And I'll save this for a reaction to dodge.
Okay.
Okay, I've still got my knife, so I shall... He's knocked down, so yeah, I'll attack him.
Come on.
Yes!
There you go. All right. Go ahead and roll 1d6 exclamation mark.
1d6.
Okay, so he's down 3. Give us 2 chaos dice roll, please. Morris?
2 chaos.
Jeez. He is going to get up. I'm going to spend a coin to disengage. So he's starting to run away. He's left his musket behind, his dignity behind. He's trying to scramble and get away. He's absolutely defenseless. Buxagun, what are you doing?
All right. I'm going to retrieve my hatchet.
Okay.
Actually, I can't. What? No, I can't. I
What
can't throw a
action?
hatchet. I can?
What?
No, but could I throw it? That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right. So I'm going to aim with 1 AP.
Yep.
So that increases it. I get a
plus 10.
Plus 10. So that will be. Wait, do I add? It's a standard roll, and then I add it on the next thing.
Correct. Yeah.
Modifier, and I add 10. All right, come on.
Are you?
Oh, no.
You have 1 coin. You have 1 coin.
No, I used 3. I got the hatchet. I aimed. And
No, but you have 1 coin. You can re-roll.
Oh, there's 1 coin. Oh,
yeah.
Shit,
I needed a coin to get him up.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Well, great. All right, come on.
Yes.
Critical success.
Nice.
So here's what I'm gonna assume. If I'm gonna put my thumb on the narrative scale, after that hits, the Morris grabs you and is like, "We're going to the barn," and runs off. And black hat dude comes running around the corner and sees like a tomahawk sticking out of the back of this guy's skull on the ground. If you were looking to sell this as being local indigenous folks who are to blame for this, I cannot think of a way for you to better sell it. So then, Patience and Abner, tell us very quickly by narrative, how do you go about searching this barn? There will be 1 or 2 redcoats around, but I'm going to assume you guys will avoid them.
Yes, I think we will. I think maybe I can tell Abner because he's more a people person than me, I suppose, to fetch her, and he has a coin, and I will try to somehow lure them somewhere so he has a clear path to.
Okay. Which means, Abner, you're able to sneak your way in, and you make your way up to where there is that false front. Seems like the British might have dogs with them. Holy smokes. Nothing but the most immersive of play experience here. Tell us how you open this. Do you just open it up? Do you knock? Do you give some warning?
No, I think Abner would carefully approach it, and as he approaches it, softly call out to saying, I'm a friend. I'm sent by Edmund Randolph. I'm a bearer of a coin. Looking for a crow? We're here to help.
You hear the kind of a sliding of wood on wood, and the door opens, and this is who steps out. And with a thick Spanish accent, she says, "Buenas noches, señor." And that, guys, unfortunately, is where we're going to have to leave things, because we're out of time.
Nice.
So, the crow has been recovered. Abuxagun is in desperate need of medical aid. And it seems that you have successfully diverted attention from this family. So, job done, I think.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then, for those listening at home, once again, so I've made some substantial changes to it, but this is one of the opening chapters of the Two Lodges, a campaign that's written specifically for Flames of Freedom, available on Drive-Thru RPG by Sean Van Dam and Irene Bloodrose, if you are interested in checking out more. It's cool because I think this is the only full-length campaign that's been written for the game too, because there's supplements for it are in kind of short supply. But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our return to Flames of Freedom. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the campaign that we ran today, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have a channel dedicated to Powered by Zweihander games in general, for most of the campaigns and games we run on the channel, as well as things like Finder Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat, convention chat. A terrific, helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly community is over there, and you are more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. Like, well, I don't know, George, what would be a hard-to-find and out-of-print RPG you might find at Noble Knight Games? Oh, look at this, David is...
Oh, the Dark Eye.
That's right, the Dark Eye. The Dark Eye role-playing game published by Ulysses Spila, as well as the many English language supplements for it. If you have something that is listed in their catalog that's not in stock, you can put it on a want list. They'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more, be sure to enter the code MuserNight. It's listed in the description of the video. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more, and that'll change the discount code as of July 15. So if you're listening to this after that time, just come back to one of our more recent videos. We'll have what the current discount code is listed there. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart players. Halfway done the player pick games for the year, guys. So David, George, Ingolf, and Darren, thank you so much for joining us. Darren was a last-minute substitution as well, too. Someone was ill and Darren didn't want to let it leave us down. Clearly, he felt you guys could not have got through this without him, and I am inclined to kind of believe that is the case in the case of Abuxagun. So,
yes, I'd be dead.
But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our rebels are encountering as they are trying to... Oh, I should show... Hold up, before we're done, guys. Let me show everybody what...
what we saw?
The hide behind, yeah.
Yeah.
So this... Let's see here. All players. There we go. All right, so Ingolf and Darren, this is what the guys saw. Your face was hidden, Ingolf, but the sound was worth it. So, again, for those listening at home, until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.